tell me to send an email. The shit. Fuck no.
Nigga, I let Siri write my emails. She gonna put that shit in perfect goddamn form.
You can do that?
Run
In
my
my
shit through
phone, yeah.
Grammarly.
Type it, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man, y'all keep saying that
that, it's
Grammarly
just,
stuff, but I can't get that to work right for me.
I never used it. I don't even know what that. What's that? What that do?
That's why
You put in whatever you need, and it
correct it for you.
Correct.
It's like a Word type software or Google type software.
Yeah, it's like it look like Word. Like you type in there and then it correct all your bad shit.
I definitely got to put that on my goddamn laptop. My list of things to look up. My shit be all fucked up, fool.
Hey, that's some of the reason I don't start no fights post on Facebook.
They can correct the fuck out the grammar. That's third person.
Nigga.
They be like, you can't mix third person and first person. Man, fuck out of here. I mix what I want to mix.
I hate you kind of nigga though who goddamn won't let you text right. Nigga, you know what the fuck I said? Tell me what did that say?
I get
Sometimes it do be confusing.
Right. Like, I get it when I know and I do it on purpose, but when I really don't know, fool, sometimes I really don't know.
Man, you just got to talk like the person though.
You can't. You probably know that person.
You couldn't even say it. Yeah, it wouldn't even be something you would say.
I mean, but honestly, sometimes I catch it, so I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I fucked that up." You know
right, but honestly, I think we all do that.
Oh yeah,
I think you just more notorious than everybody else.
Because me and Can't Get Right just had that same discussion that you was on my side one day and the Can't Get Right side the next day because we both got it different ways.
Bitch, I'm a side swiper, nigga.
You a side chick. That nigga a side chick.
Nigga, I go where it's most convenient. Fuck y'all, nigga. I'm a side swiper.
You be jumping sides like a motherfucker. One day
nigga mad because I want to be on the right side. Fuck you, nigga.
That is the 4 different sides this morning. That nigga start bringing people in this.
Who me? What I brought everybody in that bitch, didn't it?
8 sides, yeah. That nigga gonna make them sides his sides.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, goddammit. I wasn't finna be wrong by myself. I was finna bring everybody in that bitch. Man, what's wrong with your camera though? That nigga just got there. He from the neck up, goddamn. What's wrong with him?
Got that nigga. You hunched over, my nigga?
That nigga got that driver license picture.
Get that turtle out that shell, my G. Get your turtle out your shell. Extend your shit. From the chin up here.
That nigga just down, goddamn. What up, man? Oh, there you go. There my boy go.
There we go. That's a little
there you go. Got that full adjustment.
Boy, y'all crazy. Y'all ready to get this shit on the road, man?
Nah.
Shit, I thought that was the intro.
It is, nigga. That's why I said y'all ready to get this shit on the road. Fuck road. Man, if dads get rid of that shit, man, I'm coming to his house.
Don't slap me there. That A been up there for a long time.
I thought y'all were playing, G-Boss.
Hey, no, nigga. That A been up there a long ass time, nigga. I noticed it. You better have that, nigga. Shit. A. That's the best picture we done seen of you the whole time.
Right.
Now he need to put that trucker picture up there.
Yeah, my boy had some pictures of that, but he done tried them all.
Here we go. You're tuning in to the Dummies Podcast on Stop.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Hootie, nigga.
Nigga forgot his name over that bitch, then.
Yeah. Is it my turn?
And we back like we never left, because like we say every week, we never leave. It's episode 88. It's Sunday, June the 28th, man. And then we in this thing, man. We back. As always, man, shout out to all our people who on the front line, man, still putting in work. As we see this pandemic, these cases are getting worse. People have asked us a lot, like, you know, y'all keep talking about the pandemic is not gone. That's why we keep talking about it. And as we can see, you know, numbers are through the roof in so many states, man. Y'all be safe out there, man. Do what y'all can to protect yourselves and your family, man. And we just hope that, you know, nobody, you know, continues to get it, man. I hope we can get over it as soon as we can. Another quick week. Where we at with it? Who?
Speaking on what you just spoke on, fool, I pray for that shit damn near every day, who is that these numbers get better in somehow, some way, some fashion, fool. Just maybe we get a miracle. I don't know, but I'm glad you say that because I pray for that shit all the time.
I saw something that said that it was something I read today. It's basically saying that high up officials basically have given up on it.
That's crazy. And that shit, that's hurting, fool.
That's scary.
Right, like, because it's like some people that was part of my how was your week. Like, my week, I ain't do much of nothing because I hurt my back. So I just laid around all week for real. But then yesterday, me and the girl tried to get out. And I it's crazy that officials give up on it because I think people are starting to see it, fool. Like, everywhere was dead. Really, there's bars that on their own that can be open that were closed because people have contracted or people come in close quarters with it. So those people who's losing money, they still made the decision on their own to close. You see less people out. You see less places out. And I just noticed when I was out, something just didn't feel right. I just on purpose stayed far away from everybody from a distance. And that's just no fun being out. So my outing really wasn't an outing. It got over real quick. And that just put it in my head, I think I'm about to hunker back down, man. And I think that's probably what people should do too with these numbers. States are setting records, especially where we are. And we saw that in the beginning. Like we saw when New York was at its height. California was at its height. We was like, damn, we hope this is one of the things that Alabama isn't last at like it always is. But we always knew that Alabama and the southern states was going to be later. And the record numbers are crazy in these southern states. Man. So ultimately protect yourselves. I see a lot of people out, a lot of people doing things as if everything's normal, man. Protect yourself, most important. Todd, how was your week? Fuck it. Can't get right. Same old, you know how the game go. It's been a fast week. It's been 19 fast weeks. And the week is fast. How about you? Can't get right.
I mean, we can always put Todd shit on repeat. It don't really matter.
It's gonna be the same shit, ain't it?
Dummy.
Same old week, goddamn. It's cool, Dan. We'll keep it right there, Dan.
How was your week, Joe?
Man, I had a fun week. Went down to Pensacola. Kicked it with my mama for the first time. My folks seen them for the first time since all this. That was good.
How they doing? How they doing with all of this going on?
Man, they good. My mom works at the hospital, so she has to, be in it. But
definitely shout out to the frontliners.
But they good. It was good to see them. It's dope. Both in-laws get along so good. Like my mom and Courtney's mom, they went shopping, got lost for a couple of hours, and
that's
fun. Dope. But what you were saying, like, fool, in Florida, if you recognize as a bar, people can't sit and drink, even outside. But if you're a restaurant, then, you can sit down and drink and eat. But if you're a bar, you can only get to go.
What's your thoughts on that? Like, does it really make a difference?
That's weird. That's stupid.
That's
like
stupid.
I would estimate the reason that they're using to say that for a bar is the same reason you probably should say that for a restaurant, right?
Right. Yeah. I would think so. Because it's still the same enclosed place with close quarters with people touching and speaking and being around each other. And restaurants have bars.
But the thing is, like, a lot of these bars, because it was on the beach, they're outside. So they still handing you your drink. You outside when they say you ain't supposed to, whatever. But
question for you about that. Still on a serious tip, because Doc sent an article to me about anybody who's been to Florida on the beach should probably get tested. What you think about that?
I probably will if I start itching at the throat. But
asymptomatic, man.
If
you asymptomatic, huh?
Yeah, fuck that.
Good crazy.
He said itching at the throat.
Itching at the throat.
hey, you know how the rules go. Ain't nobody else got it. Nobody else gonna get tested. But we took our own tent and was like 20 feet away from everyone. And I just made sure I played my gangster rap music to keep the people that didn't care away from us. Mm-hmm. But it's a lot of people that just don't care, fool. That's the scary part.
Did you see that? Because I saw a lot of people like on Snapchat, Instagram, things of that nature, who were in Florida at the beach, and they was wilding, just dancing with strangers and hugging on strangers.
Man, they was like in the water, like close. Like it's like I was like, y'all can't know each other. Like our group stayed. We didn't really interact with people. You know what I'm saying? We stayed in the same house, had our little tent on the beach off to the side. If we did get in the water, was when it wasn't crowded. But fool, you just don't know. You don't know if it travels through water.
Did y'all see that meme of the dude who had a "Make America Great" hat again? Whatever what's the slogan? "Make America Great Again."
Yeah,
he had on the hat on the airplane, and his mask he had over his eyes for like the little shit, the little sleep mask that you use. Yeah. So they basically was like, "This is why we'll never get over Corona."
Yeah, mask over his eyes, but not his mouth, probably.
No, it was like to say like, "Fuck this shit, nigga. This is a good shit to put on my eyes, go to sleep with."
Nigga crazy. And that shit did that not make you want to leave? Because that made me want to leave. We went to the little spot in Lakeview that has a little volleyball court out there. and it was out there playing volleyball and not one mask in sight. I stayed so far away from that volleyball game. I made it stay there like 3-4 minutes because being in a place like that's I just can't be out there in a place like that. Even though I'm far away from you, even though I'm outdoors, like y'all don't care about safety right now at this point.
Hey man, it's almost like if everybody or majority of people don't do it, then it's almost impossible. But nah, man, great week. Looking forward to another one. It's Courtney's birthday, Wednesday. We're gonna have some at the house. Everyone is invited around 6. Well, not
at y'all crib or her crib? Her mom crib?
Mama house. Yeah.
I'm coming. At 6, I'm coming.
Trunk's optional.
Can I bring a camera?
Everybody invited.
Bring the camera. Nah.
Why would I tell you not to?
Just tell me.
What we doing for the 4th though? Before I kick it to start, we doing anything for the 4th?
That's normally the 4th.
But it's the 1st, like it is every year. But
ain't nobody ever saying nothing.
Well, we'll figure it out.
You know what? Hold on. To what we just been talking about, man. Rona got shit fucked up because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just make it hard to figure out, like, you really want to do something and you want to do your normal, but then it's kind of like,
I can't.
Damn, how this work? And then everybody, I've noticed that every household or every place got a little different rules, which is understandable. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people, you know, they ain't really ready for all that. And then some people is like, you can go over here, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my mama say you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different shit. Because I saw my mama yesterday, and she was like, all right, driveway. So I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? It just
yeah.
Rona got shit fucked up. That's all I'm saying.
You know how to approach what?
How was your week, Stock?
Cool little week. Like Todd, you know, quick week.
Same old.
I'm serious though. We laugh and jank Todd, and I'ma jank his ass when he not around because that's just an easy.
That's
jank.
often.
Yeah, but them weeks still be flying by, man. I was talking to Grace, and I was like, "Shit, man, the week flying by. Like it really do be flying by." I was like, I can't figure out if that's good or bad. And I still don't know if it's good or bad. I guess the good thing I see is like maybe we can quickly get through Rona, but the bad is like time passing by. Like we've literally lost since March, April, May, June, July. It's about to be July. We've lost 4 months of nothing during Rona, like because you can't really do shit. So it's like it's crazy, man. I think about
you find yourself finding something to do to kind of slow it down sometimes, or nah, you just let it flow.
It's not like I haven't found anything to slow it down.
I think I've been finding shit to do to slow it down. I think Ken Garrett, what you did this weekend, found a way to kind of slow it down too. Like once you start getting out, getting active, because you're so tired of just sitting in the house. I think once you get out and do something, that kind of finds a way to slow it down.
See, for me, when I do shit, that go by fast.
But yeah, it slows it down in a different way though, fool. Because you be like the Matrix, it slows it down. Because you just be noticing everything, like.
Keep you on the swivel.
Why the fuck is they so close? Like, why is this coming towards me?
Fool, we was outside. We was outside walking yesterday, and a man was coughed. A man coughed. And he was like, "Shit, man, how you just gonna cough out here all the way to here?"
And we
like,
a cough is a real.
Yeah, that's
nigga cough. Nigga do like this.
A death sentence. Like, wait, bro. Nigga don't even want to walk in a close, almost path because of that. Like, fool, I'm 30 yards away. I see a nigga sneeze out the car window. I'm like, man, why am I noticing shit like that, fool?
Yeah, it's rough. But yeah, my week was a cool little week, man. Went down to Mobile yesterday real quick. Did one of them what Todd called it? I had never heard it to Todd said a burn and turn.
Burn and turn?
Yeah.
Turn and burn. Yeah.
Burn and turn. I did one of them. Me and the girl went down there, dropped the car, turned around and came back. It was cool though, like cause you know that was our first time seeing our parents since the pandemic.
How was that, fool? Because for both of y'all, because I hadn't seen mine in a couple of weeks, and I was supposed to go last weekend, but I couldn't go.
So that's what I'm saying.
For me, it was just normal. It was good to see, but as soon as you seen them, you know that was a little different because you ain't seen them in a while. But then you just go back into like the mode.
Yeah.
But I mean, as me and it was all us. We go a couple of months without seeing our folks because we don't go home that often.
We don't get a chance. Yeah.
After that initial one, yeah, it was like, you know, telling those stories and stuff like that. So it went back to normal real quick.
Yeah. And it just, for me, it was
bad throw that nigga holding them burps and coughs at the same time.
For me, burp talk.
For me, it was kind of cool, just to see my mom and Jessica's mom. You know what I'm saying? We hadn't seen them in a while, and even the girl mom was like, I wanted to come up, but like nobody can figure out the rules. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's tough.
It's tough. So I hit her with that normal slogan. Well, we not Logan, normal slogan. Well, we here, everybody here got there. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't go nowhere.
You still don't know what that means, because you might feel a certain type of way. Then you know what I'm saying. Your spouse feel
exactly. And like
my mama made us stand in the driveway. She came with her mask out. She stuck her head in the one. She spoke to Logan. She talked to us. We talked for about a good 10 minutes. And then we was like, all right, well, we about to get ready to get back on the slab. We did that. So
and see, that's the hard thing, because my mom wanted me to, like, it was a little different for me because saying no this time felt different than a regular no, I can't come. You know what I'm saying? Like last year around this time, if I couldn't come, no, it was cool. But saying it this time, it just kind of felt a little different. But it's still different, like you said, with the spouses is I could go in my mama's house, but then Grace can't even go in her mama's house right now. So it makes it harder for her.
Yeah, I can understand. And that's why I said it's good and bad, because, like time is passing and we can't get that time back. And when you 4 and 5 months, into a pandemic and you can't go even just see your parents, man, it just kind of sucks, man. And we know people who have, lost people and they couldn't really go do what they wanted to do with those folks, man. I just feel I got a lot of sympathy for a lot of people out there, man. This shit, it's so many different layers to this pandemic, man, and everything we going through and the times that we going through, man. Just love on your people, man. That's all I can say, man. Just love on your people.
And we figuring it out. Like before this, like my mom ain't know anything about a Zoom or so you kind of try to see them more through that, but it's not the same.
My mama the worst FaceTimer. Get that look off your face. Why you looking like that? Fix that shit.
It's like they be looking at themselves the whole time.
Like them teachers looking over their glasses. Face said, "Mama, change your face."
Man, hey, I know what I meant to ask you, because last time when we recorded, it was Sunday. It was Father's Day. And so we talked about it, but after we hung up, life went on. So how was your Father's Day? How the rest of your Father's Day was? Who?
Oh, it was cool, man. I ate good. You know what I'm saying? I had some good old seafood, good old leftover seafood turned into a meal. So I did exactly what I like to do. I relaxed and I ate good, man. That's all I really be asking for real.
Yeah, I had a good. Yeah, it was good, man. Like it was fun to finally like just sit there. And like, me, I was extra and exaggerated everything. She was like, "Can you do?" I was like, "It's Father's Day." Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Even Monday, she was like, "Hey, I need you to do." Oh, it's Father's Day.
Father's Day hangover. It's Father's Day hangover. I still feel it.
I still feel it.
Fuck that. I'm gonna throw me a party. We're gonna go to Atlanta. I'm gonna throw me a party. Everybody, our fathers invited.
I'm there. I'm all in.
Nah, but it was cool, man. I want to ask y'all, man. We've been seeing a rash since we talking about, Corona and stuff. We've been seeing a lot of people. I don't know if y'all saw these different. Florida was one that stuck out because it was a lot of different people who was in Florida who had a hearing down in Florida, and they was basically saying that you can't make me wear a mask. That's infringing on my life. That's infringing on everything that you can't basically make me wear a mask. And I was like, I thought it was kind of crazy. They was like, it goes against their rights, and how can you make me stay in the house and stuff like that? Because they go against their rights. And I was thinking, like, ain't that the same shit as making somebody wear a seatbelt, or you get a ticket, or making somebody have car insurance, or you get a ticket? Like, what's the difference?
That's the exact
It's
same
so crazy
thing.
that argument that they have about that shit. I don't like socialism or that's communism stuff. But in a sense, we already do that. Like, I can't just go, I can't send Jordan to Hoover. They'll be like, nah, you're not zoned for this school. Mm-hmm. Like, you already can't do what you want. We already have a lot of different shit in this society that is mandated to us. So why is wearing a mask any different?
I noticed that shit weird. And I noticed that a lot, that people really just going to argue against whatever they want to do, whether it's good or bad for them. And like you was asking that question, but there is no difference. It's the exact same thing. Yeah. And I look at it for the most part. Me personally, I look at it and try to think that I'm never going to argue with a fact of people trying to help my safety and my health. Because as much as I hate paying for car insurance and health insurance, that one time I do use it, damn, I'm glad I had that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they can't come to grips with shit like that, which is so weird.
I think they feel that way because they don't really see it affect them like it's affecting other people. We see it personally as, it affects minorities in a different way, in a more impactful way, this epidemic, because underlying issues or stuff like that. But I think a lot of people, for most of America, if, middle age, good health, they feel like it's not their disease. You remember how AIDS was at one point a gay disease?
Call it crazy. Call me crazy, but I think it's for one reason and one reason only. I think it's because the president initially started out with don't wear masks.
Yeah, but I think that's changing. You brought this up already? I think that's changing because Florida it can be particularly a red state. Mm-hmm. Whole bunch of cases. Arizona, red state, whole bunch of cases. We're seeing a lot of different states that went for Trump or that kind of was playing politics with a disease. And now they have a lot of cases in those areas that didn't take this shit seriously. They show Florida. I don't want to get too deep in the weeds in politics, but they showed DeSantis, the governor of Florida, how he was talking about, y'all talked about how we was gonna have all this many cases and this case and this, and it ain't never happened. What happened to all of that? And then 6 weeks later, they showing Florida now, and he like, oh yeah, we need to pull back on bars and all that. Mm-hmm. And it's like,
and it's a trickle down because you know how that goes. Like he's starting to say it, but those people in those communities aren't saying it just yet. But they're going up to those 9,000. So once they fall into the loop, then they're going to start saying it. So I think that's the reason why. But sometimes it's too late, man. When he initially starts off with no mask, it's going to take people and he's still not wearing masks to this day. It's going to take so many people to fully catch on that I need to wear a mask.
Yeah. Like all that fool would need to do is just put on a mask. And so many other people will wear masks. All right, my president said it. And then it's not like Trump, people that don't support Trump would not wear a mask. Like if he put on a mask, I wouldn't be like, I'm going to take mine off now because he's wearing it. No, I'm still going to wear my mask because it's the thing to do.
It's the thing to do.
But if his supporters would do it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Fuck that. I want to get into some good news. Shouts out to LeBron James, man. I don't want to wait to sports to bring this up, but shouts out to LeBron James and Maverick Carter, man. LeBron got $100 million investment to build a media empire. I think it was through ABC. LeBron basically got $100 million to go ahead and get started on a pilot program for essentially, what is it? Like a TV network, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. It's like with
I thought it was to produce shows.
It's to produce shows and things of that nature. It's a lot of shows too. A lot of like the TV shows and the things he had. The only thing I didn't see was the shop on there because I think that's something maybe like an HBO.
That's already with Showtime or something, ain't it?
That's HBO.
It's with HBO. And so I was thinking like, damn, but I think it also would be hard for a show like that to go to regular network TV as well. So I think I think he with the best of both worlds. He got some shit with ABC.
Lee shop over there at HBO.
So that way you can sit on there, drink your wine and curse, you know what I'm saying, without it being blurted out. Yeah. And that type of show don't need commercials. So to me, I thought that shit was super dope. Super, super dope.
Yeah, big shout out to Brun, man. Like, whatever you say about Brun, I know it's a lot of people that just hate Brun. I'm a MJ is the GOAT, Brun is not. But fuck GOAT. In basketball talk,
there's no way you can
this
really
is human, like a human person. The shit that this man is doing, him and Maverick, and I don't want to leave Maverick out because Maverick always is right there with it. Is super dope, man. That he took his childhood friends that were with him from since they was kids, and they're building empires together, man. They're not just I'm not just trying to be a basketball player. I'm also using my influence to build the school. That he built in Cleveland, and to bring awareness to Black issues and to build a media empire. I remember he said that his media company is kind of reflective of society as a whole. I want to say he gave the stats for it. It was where is it? 64% people of color. 40% female in an industry that normally averages 25%. And he said his goal and his hope is to get it to 50% females. His leadership team is basically reflective of an entire organization, basically. And I thought that was just real dope. You know what I'm saying? That not only is he building this empire, but he's also building this empire to match the communities in which this empire will serve. So shouts out to Bron, man. That's nothing but dope news to me.
That's dope in many different reasons for me. And I think it's dope because that's one of the richest fields out there is media. Like just being in the media, it just those are some of the richest people out there, and also that's bringing wealth to the Black community with him having such a high number of Black people working for that company. So I think that's super dope in many ways. And he's just building his empire. You see what he's been doing on his quarantine, and that's what I've been looking at and just thinking of what most people should be trying to do is build on something else. If you at home quarantining, come up with some other shit or enhance what you do have on the side, what you can do from where you are. But that's super dope, man.
Man, you talking about what you should do during quarantine? I should have been doing some sit-ups when I took that tank top off.
Dummy.
That's it, good. That's what you should do.
But that shit happened fast during quarantine.
I'm almost at there had a t-shirt on stage.
But I done gained and lost weight so many times during quarantine. I done went through all phases. I done went through fat, skinny, back skinny. Goddamn, I'm doing it all.
And then every time I walked outside, I started sweating. I was like, God damn, this shit gotta go. But nah, that's definitely dope. We ain't gonna say the number, but yeah.
No 205?
Oh no, definitely not no 205. 205 a minute ago. Shit. But that's definitely dope with LeBron. But man, I mean, I love to make jokes about LeBron, but something a little bit wrong with you if you don't like LeBron as a person. Like I don't see how you cannot like him as a person.
Agreed.
And as a basketball player, like you said, he's not maybe not even my top 3, but he's a great basketball player that didn't have to do any of this.
What's your top 3?
Probably somewhere around Jordan, Kobe. You can even throw Shaq in there. I don't know. I wouldn't fight you over 3. But the school, like LeBron's set for life. He don't have to do any of this stuff. He's just doing it for the love. So that's what I think is the dopest thing. Now, of course, he gonna make money out of it because LeBron. But he doing it out of love. He can sit back and chill. He don't have to talk about these issues that he speak on. Oh, they said that the NBA is going to let people take their name off the back of their jerseys and they can put a slogan on it.
They could put some shit for Brown to Taylor. I can't breathe. They could do that. I saw that shit. That's dope.
That's gonna be interesting.
That's like the XFL, nigga. He hate me.
Yeah. That's crazy. I never would have thought that you would see some shit like that in the NBA. Because any professional sports. Let me not single out the NBA because it's a uniform.
It's based off money.
Conformity.
But they thought about that as well, and that shit gonna sell a lot. That's gonna sell for him too, though.
Because think about what LeBron probably gonna come with it every night.
It's a different person every night, yeah. So that shit gonna sell. I wonder if any of that.
I wonder if any of that, and I don't want to put him on the spot or put him in a pressure.
I hope it does.
Situation, but I hope that.
I know what you're finna say.
Yeah, like I hope that the family gets
some proceeds.
If you selling all the millions of jerseys, I hope that trickles back to that family as well.
That, as well as equality, as well as the whole cause of police brutality and all of that shit. That shit needs to go. Not one dime of that for real needs to go to the NBA. I ain't gonna say one dime, but majority of it needs to go to helping the cause. If that's what raised it.
Well, even if you take a percentage of that shit, man, you know how much that's a lot of money that can help fight.
And that's some classic type shit too. Cause those jerseys like that can be a classic jersey, a retro jersey. That's a retro Jordan, goddamn.
We was talking about fighting the causes. Did y'all see the little kid with Publix? Little kid, 18-year-old kid wore a Black Lives Matter mask to his job at Publix. And basically he was sent home for wearing his face mask. With the letters, it said BLM on it. Representing the Black Lives Matter. Public spokesman said that it stands behind the decision and basically they want to make a welcoming work and shopping environment for all people. You have a problem with that, or what's y'all thoughts on Publix basically sending him home for that?
Now, I don't have a problem
It's
if they
tricky.
say no political issues, but I don't. But they try to make BLM a political thing, but it's not, and it shouldn't make anyone uncomfortable.
It's
All I'm
contradictory
saying
too.
is I matter too.
It's two parts, and I didn't want to get here early, but since we're here, I think that it's important that people understand that there is a Black Lives Matter organization,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's also Black Lives Matter as a group, meaning like Black Lives Matter has become a campaign, a champion. Anybody can say Black Lives Matter and basically be for Black Lives Matter. White people be black. That doesn't mean that you support necessarily the organization Black Lives Matter. So, like, I think that a lot of people aren't really understanding that there is an organization that might have principles and mission statement and all that you may not agree on. But the majority of a lot of these people who are walking in the streets that are saying Black Lives Matter are simply saying that. They don't know. They don't even know what the organization may stand for. And I think it's a lot of people who don't understand.
And to me, it's tricky because you contradict yourself because you say you want to make it comfortable for all people, which I'm perfectly okay with. But you're also saying if you wear a Black Lives Matter slogan on you, you can't work here. So that's not making it comfortable for all people, in my opinion. So you're going against what you're trying to say.
My question is, who would be uncomfortable with it? Now, if you're going by what Stock says, because that
Whoever
is true.
Racist, probably. I mean, I don't know.
Right. And why don't you want somebody that doesn't agree with Black Lives Matter in your establishment?
I can
understand. But that goes to the part of making it comfortable for all people. Unfortunately, there's some people comfortable with saying that Black Lives Matter makes them feel away. But if you go against that, then you're going against Black Lives Matter, which makes them feel away.
And this might not be, I don't know, man. It's not going to be probably the best thing to say, but it's cool. I'm okay if some people decide to sit it out. And what I mean by like if Publix say, hey, we're a business and all we want to do is ship groceries.
Get business, right?
That's all. I was watching CNN did a special in 1968. And they were saying how George Wallace approached Colonel Sanders or whoever the real Colonel Sanders was to try to run as his vice president. And that man said, are you crazy? I'm trying to run a business. Now, imagine if he would have took that offer. You see what I'm saying? He knows that my business hinges on all people. I'm a business for all. If I go into politics, and that's one of the things that's kind of bad sometimes about politics, is it does kind of pinch you on the side. Mm-hmm. So in a sense, I can understand Publix saying, hey, don't wear this or don't wear that.
But saying that, do you think that puts them on the side too?
No, they're saying leave us out of it.
Right.
Well, I think it kind of says you go against Black Lives Matter. So it puts you on the side.
No, I don't think that you go. See, and that's I'm glad that you said that, because that's the thing that I hate that we're doing now in society. Mm-hmm. I get that you do want corporations to speak out, and that does help. And some corporations have the ability to do that, especially corporations that benefit off the backs of Black Americans or people like that. You probably do need to be speaking up and saying more, because NBA, you benefit off of Black Americans. NFL, you benefit off Black Americans. A lot of these but I'm a food place. I'm Publix. I give food to everybody. And that's all I want to do is be in the food business. I think we're getting in a crazy territory, and I worry about the territory that we're going in, that if you support this, I can't fuck with you no more. Or if you do this, I no longer can do this. And I think that it's troubling, because you saw the list of all the people who gave to Republicans. It used to be a point where we didn't really know. I didn't know what my restaurant supported. I just know I like to eat their food. Right. And food is for survival. Grocery store, you got to go to groceries. That's for survival. What if we start getting into, like, you know what I'm saying? Publix let's just say Publix drag themselves into politics. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, you're a Democrat. You can't shop in Publix. I don't want to get to that place, man.
Yeah, that's tough. And I think for me, it won't change me. I'm still going to go to Publix. But I think it's for those people who don't know the shit like I think we do. I think them going against that Black Lives Matter against his face makes a difference, or makes them see them picking a side. But I think we know enough to know that that's not what they're doing. They're just trying to stay out of it.
I think it's different. And I'm gonna move out the way. Can't get right. I think it's different than for Publix than it is for Starbucks, because Starbucks has in the past supported organizations that have said, "Hey, we're being oppressed," and Starbucks has stuck up for them. So don't pick and choose. If you pick, then you need to be fair for all. Don't just pick and choose which ones you do. If Publix, and this is my ignorance, if I don't know, I've never known, me personally have never known Publix to take a side. So if Publix has never ever in the past take a side, I'm okay with somebody like Publix saying, "Hey, we just want to be a grocery store, man. Let us stay a grocery store. We don't want to be a political organization," because I think it's a point in time where you got to let some people be what they are.
Did you see them catching a lot of flack for doing that?
They caught some, but
it was a story about it.
But as long as you can't say really anything, if as long as you can't put all lives matter, or blue lives matter, cool. I don't have a problem with it. And
right. That was
going back to the part about the contributions, most corporations hedge their bet. They put the same amount of money on both sides because, especially for somebody like Trump, he gonna look at that and try to do something to you if you don't. So most corporations put $100,000 over here, $100,000 over there, and whoever wins, they still good. So that's why
both of y'all got to look out for me.
Yeah, and that just go to my point where, like, I'm just scared of where we're going, because it used to be, and right now I understand people getting mad about people who are supporting certain political goddamn campaigns.
You all right over there?
Yeah, you see how smooth I was gonna keep it going, but y'all didn't bring attention to this.
All kind of rattles over that bitch.
I almost lost the wolf again. But nah, I understand certain people, especially in today's climate, getting mad about who you support. But it just used to be a point in time where, hey, you can you can give to a Democrat or you can give to a Republican, and I don't agree with you. We can agree to disagree. Again, the times are heightened now, so it's kind of hard to say we agree to disagree, because the shit that we're seeing at some of the top of this political shit is so fucked up.
Now you gotta agree or disagree.
Like it's kind of making you pick a side, but I just hope that after we get past this, I hope we can get back to some normalcy where, hey, I don't agree with you on here, but we agree over here, and we can kind of still get things done, man. That's just kind of how I feel about it.
Before Trump, I remember a time where it was you could have a conversation with a Republican, and it would be a good conversation,
right?
And you could see points. Like, most people are really like center, but Trump made it so like you gotta pick one side and you can't fuck with the other side. But it was people that was a Republican. A lot of military people are Republicans.
You all right over there? Sound like you broke a nail over there.
Gotta play it off like me. Nah, bitch.
Nigga broke a whole nail on the glass.
Yeah, that was my ring. That was my ring. But no, you could be a Republican and you can have an intelligent conversation with the Republican.
Agreed.
And they might be military or conservative, like true conservative. Not
so you think? So you saying he changed the scope of just having a simple conversation with someone?
He made you He made it where you had to kind of pick sides. And I'm not gonna say it's been transitioning there for a while, but I'm just saying I hope we get to a point where we can agree to disagree, but at the end of the day, we all on the same team in a sense, and we all fighting for the same thing. I think that's when my optimism come in. I think that by and large, the majority of people in this country are starting to get it, and I think the majority of people are starting to. I think we're seeing the decency of the majority of this country that's not going to accept.
And you see it at the voting booths. You see it like big time.
We see it.
Numbers
it's getting crazy.
Crazy. So we see it.
I want to talk to y'all too in regards to this. We talking about people being on certain sides. Cancel culture. We have talked a lot here on this podcast about the platform of cancel culture. Basically, people counseling. What I said, counsel.
Cancer. Yeah, you getting diseases out there.
Shit, that shit is a counsel too. Shit, when you counseling. But we'll get there. About the cancel culture. And I came across this post, and it basically was saying that we need to stop canceling people for their mistakes. It said that we're not allowing people to grow from their mistakes is unfair and not helpful. it says reflection questions to ask yourself before counseling someone. Am I giving people the benefit of the doubt from their post? Am I more committed to exposing/counseling someone than teaching them why they're wrong? Do I give the same grace for others that I give myself when I mess up? Has this person I'm counseling seemed to have made an honest effort towards change? We were all learning at one point. Give people a chance to grow. We said here, we do see where people get canceled off of any and everything. We just talked about Publix, where people are like, oh, no, I can't go there. Some people, oh, no, I'm through with Publix, because they just say, hey, let us just be a grocery store. And that's just, again, my ignorance. I haven't seen anything other than that. I might come back next week and change that shit if I see something different. But do y'all think that we are counseling people far too soon, far too quick, and not allowing them a chance to grow? I'm a hedge that with it's kind of sports, but with Drew Brees basically trying, saying that he want to listen to rap music, basically coming in and trying to understand a culture that he didn't really fully understand. Do we give people room to grow?
Yeah, but that's the wrong way to grow, Drew Brees. You have a lot of black.
Let's not focus just on Drew Brees.
I know.
As an example.
Well, but he needs to be talked about.
Yeah, he does. He needs to know, if you're gonna say that you have a lot of black teammates that you could just simply go talk to if you're trying to have a better understanding.
Cool.
But yes,
in general,
I do think we're going too far as the cancel culture goes. Cancel culture goes. You gotta talk that shit out for them two C's.
It's hard, ain't it? It was real smooth when I was saying that.
The C's and S's, get your ass, goddamn. But yeah, people are going too far with that, man. And I saw that, and it might be crazy for the example that I'm going to bring up, but I think it's Jimmy Kimmel. More recently,
I was going to say that.
They're trying to cancel Jimmy Kimmel because he did blackface on a TV show for the public to see. And you didn't cancel them then. You didn't cancel them for such a long time. But since cancel culture is here, you just trying to find somebody to cancel. Shit like that is you're going too far. And it's a lot of examples and a lot of situations come up when they're going too far. We've been talking about it for weeks on weeks on weeks. We have cancel culture, because we know you over there fucking up. Every one of us is fucking up in somehow. We don't want to be. It just depends on the stage you're in. If I was on the biggest stage in the world and make the same mistake I made yesterday, they might try to cancel me for it. Whereas since I'm not on that stage, it's fuck it.
And doesn't the mistake, to me, we all got a level of common sense, and I understand that common sense is just not common. But I feel like we all got a level of common sense to where we can kind of decipher the difference between, oh, that was an egregious act, or that I could see how that was a mistake, or how that might have been worded wrong, or you know what I'm saying, I'm on a live TV show and that kind of came out not how I meant it. We don't see that difference.
We got to see the difference. Go ahead.
If you have common sense, Jimmy Kimmel, man, if you watch him, that's not in his heart. He's not malicious like that. I can say that even for myself, I get away with saying stuff because people know it's not. Well, people that know me know that's not my heart. No, I might say some real offensive shit, but they know that's not my heart. I got friends, different, all different type backgrounds, and I'm gonna be making a joke about it. But they know that's not my heart. They know I respect them just like I respect anyone else. Then just talking about Drew Brees for a second, the rap music that we love and grew up with and listened to, we didn't live that life. So don't think most black people are living that life. No.
And another thing, Stock, like you said, are you showing me that you're growing from it? And that's why I got onto Drew Brees, because of that statement you said. And to me, it doesn't seem like he's growing from it, because he keeps saying stupid shit.
What do you say was stupid? Because he said that he was listening to rap music
to find out how black people think. Yeah, I think that's very stupid. Very, very.
I'm not
stupid.
Arguing. I'm just asking.
I think every last one of us.
Put me on a position. I'm just asking.
Yeah, because I think every last one of us listen to a ton of rap music that we do not live, and we know that does not show us our lives.
You know how bad my rap album would be? Woke up, went to work, ate dinner, went to sleep,
did homework.
Yeah.
Type of paper.
No, just talk to a black person.
Yes,
get a little tackle.
And that's what I was about to say. You're right. For me, Drew Brees just shows an example of somebody who still has more learning to do.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. And that's why I brought up Jimmy Kimmel too, because I do feel like he's learning not to do blackface anymore. And I don't think he would ever do that today.
He would never do it, but that was years ago. He wouldn't have done it in the past 5-6 years. That was
I
that was 2007 or something.
I be saying that in the sense of people who be getting on to Joe Biden. I'm not people. I've seen a lot of.
I hate that
he racist. He racist. He racist. I don't remember none of you motherfuckers calling that man racist when he was on Obama ticket. I don't remember it. Now, if y'all did, it's probably some out there who might have still called for it, but I don't remember overall. And I'm seeing a lot of people say that shit. I didn't see none of you motherfuckers having a problem in 2008 about this so-called racism that he got.
This is my thing about that. Bring that up in the primary. Don't bring it up now when he's our only hope of getting Trump out of there.
I don't want to bring it up then either, because that's going to fuck him up with his crunch time.
No. You should have brought it up back then, so it'd have been another candidate if you want to do that.
That man been in politics since the 70s, and now he's racist.
But also, if you do a little research, this past one, where he was like, I don't want my kids in a racial jungle or something. What he was saying is, all right, just don't take these black kids and insert them into this white school. We need to have a plan. So it's organized. Segregation needs to be, or desegregation needs to be organized.
Otherwise, it's
what is wrong with that? That's true. Because, if you just, we're going to take these black kids and put them over here. That ain't going to work. We need to have a plan for this. That's all he was saying. He was like, I wouldn't want my, I wouldn't want my child going somewhere where it's that much tension every day either. It needs to be a plan. You need to have black teachers over there too. I don't want, what I'm saying? Like, all right, so you take some kids that's only used to being taught by people that look like them, and you're going to put them with people that look nothing like them, talk nothing like them? Who want that?
I was seeing something. I was seeing something. And we've talked about this before on this platform. We on episode 88? Yeah, let's stunt real.
We up there.
80.
Michael Irvin, my nigga.
Yeah, we might have probably talked about this
consistently,
motherfucker. One of our old ass episodes, like episode 5 or something like that.
That's really like 2 years straight.
Yeah, episode 5, somewhere like that. But I saw what they were saying. If you want to really work on making schools equal or desegregating schools, stuff like that, you should start taking away the property tax as a way to fund the schools. Because if you're in somewhere like a Mountain Brook here and you got these $600,000, $700,000, $800,000, $900,000 homes, their property tax is a lot different when who knows get to decide that these houses over here cost $25,000, $15,000, $18,000. So if your school and learning and education should be even across the board. If you're in a public school system or you're in a school system, all school systems should get the same amount of money, and they should get a lot of money to be able to educate kids. I don't think that it should be based upon what taxes bring. And I think that's when we need to create a new system in regards to that.
And the crazy thing is the number's not even close, fool. Because like we looked at it one time, like the compared to the money that Mountain Brook gets compared to a Birmingham City school, and that shit was so wide of a gap that shit's not even fair, fool. Yeah. Like, so even if you just give a small portion of that money that you're giving to a Mountain Brook or to a Hoover or to places like that shit'll make a huge difference for some of these city schools, man. Just on a simple aspect of it.
I mean, that whole city and county school thing is, man, you should get all property tax from the state and divide it up evenly. Like, if that's how you want to do it. Because you got to think about it. These places, these poor places, it might be a lot of apartments. It might be a lot of state housing. That's no property tax. So that doesn't count for anything because you're not paying property tax on that. Mm-hmm. So that's just
gonna be hard.
But it's unfair for a reason. That ain't a coincidence. They were like, let's try to make it as unfair legally as possible. And that's what they did.
That was the point of trying to get rid of systematic oppression.
Yeah.
That's and that was the word I was looking for. That's a way or an obstacle. Get rid of this shit and you can help kind of even the playing field a lot on that. I don't know if y'all saw this case. I thought it was kind of crazy. Did y'all see that in Detroit? And what this is basically the first of its kind. It's pretty much no other cases kind of similar to this, where the gentleman was basically wrongfully accused by an algorithm. I don't know if y'all saw this.
How does the algorithm accuse you?
That's what I'm saying. So, like, basically what happened was in Wayne County, which is right outside of Detroit, and what may be known the first known case of an algorithm, basically facial recognition. A police department there basically wrongfully accused the gentleman because they got his image off of face recognition. Blackmail.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah,
you saw that?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, they basically issued an apology, but they basically said that the gentleman, I think his name was, what was his name? Robert Julian Brockman Williams.
What crime? That's my cousin. What crime he was committing?
They didn't say.
Well, he didn't commit a crime at all.
I know, but the alleged crime, what was it? Because that'd be fucked up. You're accused for murder on some AI. The fuck out of here. You got some AI that I committed a murder? Get out of here. Show me the exact video. Come on, let's do it right now.
I nigga said on some AI. But no, they basically they called him on his phone and said, hey, you are wanted in connection with a crime that has been committed. He thought it was a prank. He was at work. So he was like, this nigga fuck with me. So he hung up. Basically, he pulled up to his house and two police officers whipped up behind him, basically, and arrested him. And he was in jail for like a week. When he was talking to detectives, he was saying, what the fuck crime did I commit? And he said that, I watched this story. He said they handed him a picture and said, ain't this you? And he said he looked at the picture like, no, nigga, that's not me.
It ain't. Look.
They handed him a second picture and he picked it up, put it to his face and was like, is this me? This is not me. And they was like, that looked like you. The algorithm said it was you, blah, blah, blah. He said, man, this is not me. And he basically went on to say, all black people don't look alike. He hit him with that. Basically, the county kind of came out and said that he was not guilty and that his fingerprints and everything will be wiped off the system. Wink, wink. They're going to hold on to the fingerprints. We know
that. Got your fake facial, though.
Yeah, but I thought it was kind of crazy and it's kind of scary at the same time. And I just wanted to make reference to that because I know a lot of people don't know that this happened. So we be putting our face in the. If you ever gotten a passport, when you go through international line, they recognize you by your face. If you go, if you ever set up your iPhone to recognize your face, that shit goes somewhere. We never really realize where it's going. Here goes a police department trying to arrest a man off face recognition. Did y'all see this stupid shit? Or if not, based upon what I just said, the limited knowledge that y'all have, what do y'all think about
it? I think that's a scary slope because we always gonna be. You fit the description because we've been fitting the description for forever. And you don't know what they're putting in the algorithm. And if a computer only does what you tell it to do, for what programming it is. So whatever the programming was, it couldn't distinguish between black people. So imagine police saying, "Oh yeah, our computer system said you did it." No, now I got to have another interaction with you. We don't know how that might turn out. Mm-hmm. We need to slow up on this facial.
All right, they would have pull up with some guns. Then what? Like, I don't have a problem with it, but then I do have a problem with it. Guess I don't have a problem with it. Cool, dude.
That was a hell of a statement.
But that still doesn't mean don't be stupid as cops. Like, you still do your due diligence, still do your research, still make sure that this is me, nigga. If you got me off this camera in this video, make sure that this is me. Don't just sit here and go. If he can simply use the story that we all don't look alike, get a black person to take a look at it, maybe. Shit, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, cool, but still do your due diligence. If that gives you a head start on niggas committing robberies, murders, killing people, things of that nature, cool. But still do your part and don't just have bad training and just approach a nigga because AI, artificial intelligence, said to do so. Man, I'm not. I rarely ever listen to Siri. She always fucks up.
You asked what he was accused of. It says 5 timepieces that were worth $3,800 from that they alleged that he shoplifted from the store. It was a high-end kind of boutique or store, which they asked him when's the last time you've been to that store. And he said that he actually had been to that store, but it was in 2014 When that store first opened, he went in there just to check it out.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
Shit.
And I don't know about nobody else, but this is actually, believe it or not, has always been, I don't know if this crazy. I don't know how people look at it. I don't know how other people think, but I have always had a fear in life of being accused of something that I didn't do. Because we've seen so many cases of people that look like us that have been wrongfully accused of different stuff and have done time. We see it now where people are being let out after 20 and 30 years for crimes that they didn't do.
Not a week, nigga. Shit.
Now, I don't want to place blame on anybody who's been in situations or things like that, but I don't care. Like if I'm getting locked up, I'm not admitting to nothing. I don't give a fuck what y'all do to me. I'm never gonna admit to that. Y'all gonna have to torture me before you get me to admit to something that I never did. But
pull my
that's not to
off.
place blame on nobody else. That's just saying that one of my biggest fears was being accused of something I never did.
Mm-hmm. Man, plead guilty, you only get 5 years. They give you 30. Right. Shit.
And you ain't do it, but hey, we already see how the system works. Mm-hmm. Speaking of fucked up,
but then it's also still, nigga, they be like, plead guilty, you get 5, and you be like, nah, I ain't taking it. You still get the 30. Goddamn, that shit.
Yeah, you've seen that happen too.
I gotta take the 30, man, because I gotta go with the fact that I can't admit to something I didn't do for 5 years, and I never did that shit.
Mm-hmm. And I could just only imagine being in that situation the whole time. What would be going? Because I've actually thought myself way through that type of process.
Hell yeah,
like, shit, somebody gonna come save me. Somebody gonna come get me. It's just not right. Somebody gonna make sure the right thing is done. And then 28 years later,
right?
But you know what? I feel like they pick on people a lot of times in those situations who
don't be thinking properly. You can say it, man. I'll say it because I know they're not in the right frame of mind. Like sometimes they don't know better.
Like the powers that be, when they want to put you somewhere, they can figure out how to put you.
Smartest nigga. He went to Princeton. I'm going to make a statistic out of him. Like my man. Like
what you was going to say? Can't get right.
Well, also, I mean, I just think they just use it. You know, they pick on the weak. They know you got a public offender and stuff like that, and you know you don't have the money to get a real lawyer, but. I was seeing if y'all saw this story. Well, it seemed like the theme of this podcast is get a black person. Yeah. Well, that too. Yeah. The killer of George Floyd. What's the fuck nigga name? Derek Chauvin. 8 correctional officers said people of color who work in the jail were initially moved away from him. They only let white people that worked at the jail be on where he was held at.
And that explanation for
a privilege
to make sure he's treated the
for
right
his safety. To make sure
he's like how you think we feel when we commit a crime and nobody look like me guarding me.
So like, how could you even
put that out there?
So what you think? Just because I'm black, I can't do my job? Like everybody, most of the people in jail did something, and you might feel it's rapists, it's killers, it's drug dealers. People gonna feel a certain type of way about most of them.
To me, you're telling on yourself too. Like you're telling me that you'll do this for him, but we know that this goes against the rules. But we're not gonna do it for these black guys or these Hispanic guys or these other people. We're not gonna do them the same way.
Because if a black guy killed a white guy. You think they only gonna put black people on his side for his safety?
No way.
No.
Nah, man. Let's get to some fun shit. Let's somehow get to some fun shit. I sent y'all a text message, and we got a little a picture in the group message, man. And they asked you to pick 3 games as young as from the Nintendo game. There's a ton of games on here: Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, Jordan vs. Bird, Excite Bike. DJ brought up Zelda, Contra, Bases Loaded, Double Dragon.
Put Tecmo Bowl on that shit.
They didn't put Tecmo Bowl. They slipped with that one. I guess that's the renowned favorite, so it's gonna be at the top no matter what. Super Mario 3, Ninja Gaiden, Paperboy, Punch Out, Kung Fu, Double Dragon, Metroid, and Jackal. I don't even know what the fuck Jackal is. And it asked y'all to pick 3. Pick your 3. Pick your 3. Any of y'all heard of Jackal?
I've never heard of Jackal. I don't know if I played Kung Fu.
Kung Fu was live. Kung Fu was live. I remember that.
But it was real.
I wasn't a big Contra fan, but like who you said, Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt should count as one.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan versus Bird wasn't the best, so I'm gonna go with Mario Brothers / Duck Hunt. Excite Bike was my shit.
Excite Bike was so loud. Hit that little ramp.
Excite.
And Punch Out.
Punch Out.
Punch Out the livest shit ever Nintendo ever had.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't that good at it. I started fucking up when I got the little tiger. When that nigga do that little head shit and go around, he used to fuck me up every time. But I was little then playing that shit. You know, my finger wasn't that fast.
Trash game.
Double Dragon was live too. I was never a big fan of Paperboy. Zelda.
Paperboy was so live, boy.
Zelda, it was cool. Zelda never did it for me. And the worst Nintendo game ever was Super Mario 2. That was just a bunch of dump. But
Yeah,
that was
that's
just a bunch of
waste of game space.
I'm gonna go Mario Brothers, Contra, Punch Out. No order.
I'm gonna go order. Third is Paperboy. Second is Contra. And first is Super Mario 3 because it was just like Mario Super Times, I guess. That's Super Mario 3.
Yeah, he started flying and shit.
He started flying. He started being able to use his tail.
It called me crazy, but I didn't like when he could do all of that. I just think nothing is better than Mario Brothers 1 unless we go into Mario Kart. And that was just a whole different. That first Mario Kart is liver than the Nintendo 64 Mario Kart.
That's a whole other game system now. That's when the graphics got.
Yeah. So,
I think that 64 the best Mario Kart. That shit was live when it went to 64.
Super Nintendo, that first Mario Kart, when they only got like 6 boards. That's the best Mario Kart. You only get 3 little bubbles. You better use them bitches wisely.
Well, could you play with friends on? No, that was 64 when you could play with 4 different people. Huh?
That was 64, yeah.
Yeah, it might.
No, you could do it on Super Nintendo too.
Play with 4 people?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You could.
Yeah, we did it in the dorm. You had the split screen.
What's the best
like how we look right now?
What's the best non-sports video game ever? Any platform.
Might be Mario. The Mario franchise.
No, it's gonna be a fight game.
Street Fighter?
Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken.
Better than the Mario series? The whole series of Mario, not just one. Just
man, we not no gamers, man. So we don't know because them niggas gonna probably say like one of them.
We hood gamers. Shit,
man, 007 was tough on 64.
I used to like them Medal of Honors.
Metal Gear Solid. Is that what you talking about?
You talking about Twisted Metal? No, I'm talking about the Medal of Honors, the little war game.
I was huge on Resident Evil type shit.
Oh, I hate
that's when it got more and more sophisticated that's the PlayStation days and shit like that. That Z button. I don't even know what Z button on 64 is. I ain't never heard of that shit.
What that nigga? Pokemon or some shit.
Yeah, we gotta stop letting days cabinet.
007. Oh, the Z button. That man put you on there.
I know we was trying to get away from this hoop. This is my last story like this.
Don't bring us back, why don't you?
I'll leave it alone. But I just had to talk about, I guess everything right now is kind of about race. Have y'all seen, after 20 years, actor Mike Henry has decided to step away from the voice of the black character Cleveland Brown on Family Guy. He says a person of color should play that role instead. I don't know if y'all knew that, but it's a white guy that plays the guy on Family Guy. Also, Jenny Stell, she abandoned her role as a black character that she was playing on that Netflix. What's the Netflix show? Big Mouth or some shit that's kind of
like
popular.
A black kid, like a little black kid or something.
Yeah, it's a little black girl. But I was curious, like, my only thing to y'all was, does stuff like that matter to y'all?
Not at all.
Well, it depends. I think it depends because it depends on what type of things that black kid is saying. I would really prefer that it come in some instances from a black person saying those things. And I say that because it's not very many times you're going to find a black person playing a white kid. So if you're going to be fair, be fair. You know what I'm saying? Like what white shows, a white cartoon characters, is played by a black person.
I don't know. But I know I wouldn't have known that these was played by white people either until you told me.
Well, I wouldn't have, and I didn't pay attention to it, but I do also think that just looking and taking a glance at Family Guy, that some of the shit that person probably said, a black person probably wouldn't have said. Because he was the shyer, far back person who's accepting the racism and go along with their racist jokes and things of that nature. A white guy would do that, whereas a black guy would probably be like, I ain't saying that shit.
Right. No, from watching both of them, because he had his own show, he's not black like Cleveland. That's what I'm talking about. He's not black on the show. He's a black person, but he's not quote unquote acting black. He's not.
Acting white.
He acts just like he acts just like everybody else on the show. It's just he's brown. Mm-hmm. So that's why I really don't have a problem with it because he's not speaking for black people. I don't think race even ever comes up or he's even around a racist comment or something like that. So that's why I didn't know. And that's such a distinct voice that who you gonna get to play it?
I don't know. I just wondered if that shit mattered to y'all because I just feel like this is another example of correcting shit that we not really looking.
Now having a white person initially,
to me, it matters. It matters because I don't know if white people know everything they can and can't say playing a black person. Like to me, that matters.
It should have never been casted that way. They should have just made them white if they was gonna do that. But to be inclusive, I guess. But now that it's here, like shit, I don't watch Family Guy. That's not gonna make you watch it.
I will really guarantee you that now, if you would go back and look at all of those things, knowing that
look at it different.
Exactly, you'll look at it different. You'll be like, maybe that white person shouldn't have said that as a black person.
I said it. But I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Stop saying it being sorry.
Say
it and say it.
We started this segment like 3 podcasts ago, and we haven't been let down by I said it, but I'm sorry. Kathy Jenkins received backlash in a video where she went to a Black Lives Matter protest with a Confederate flag and a Make America Great Again apparel. It surfaced on the internet. Not only was she bathing and basking in the glory of the Confederate flag, but she also said that she vowed to teach her grandkids to hate you people, talking to black people, talking to supporters and people of the movement that was going on out there. But she has since come out and apologized. We'll let you hear some of her apology.
I am truly, deeply sorry for what I said. This isn't who I am as a person. I obviously cannot take back what I said. I can only learn from this.
We also need to let you hear some of the stupid shit she said.
like that shit that I said it, but that's not me. No, bitch, that's exactly who you are.
You had 6 beers and you started tripping, motherfucker. And you showed your true colors. A drunk mind is a correct mind, however that saying goes. I know that ain't it, but you get it.
I mean, she said all kind of shit like, oh, this is not how I normally act. No, if you found a Confederate flag and chances are if you at that rally the way that they were, it was a group of them, that's who you are. I don't give a fuck what you say. We just talked earlier about the cancel culture, and this might be but this is something that can be counted. I don't need apologies from that.
I don't care how drunk or how fucked up I am. I'm never going to be in a state of mind where I say I'm going to teach my grandchildren to hate.
Right. And that's what I'm saying about the cancel culture. Like that, this is cancelable. If that's a word,
we gonna make it one.
Yeah, this is cancelable. This is very much cancelable.
It's in the black section of Webster's.
Yeah, like I don't need to sit there and know your mind or when she say, oh, this is not me. I don't need to know all of that shit to know that you can get canceled from some stupid shit like that. But she was fired from her job. Her employer basically, they gave the speech that they don't condone and stuff like this. And she basically went on saying that she did it out of anger and frustration and that's not normally how she is and all of that silly shit that y'all just heard.
Exactly.
But yeah, she said it, but she saw her.
He said it, but he's sorry, and he really said it.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Skinner's, he's a driver with NASCAR, popular driver. Mike Skinner's son, Dustin, said, and I quote, I grew up watching NASCAR in my living room before my dad ever made it to NASCAR. We were Dale Earnhardt fans that my dad becomes Dale's teammate. I know it's not what you guys want to hear. A nigga about to fuck up when he say that shit. But my hat is off to whoever put the noose at his car. Frankly, I wish they would have tied it to him and drug him around the pits because he has single-handedly destroyed where I grew up watching and cared about for 30 years now.
Who's this guy again?
Yeah, his son, Mike Skinner's son. I will not watch this sport anymore.
Good. Bye.
So his dad came out. So of course he said, "Well,
I hope he disowned him."
well, Dustin came out and was like, "Oh, that tweet wasn't about race. That comment was about race."
What's it about?
His dad came out and said, "Hey," basically saying, I ain't teaching that in my house. His mama must have taught him that shit.
Disown that nigga. They ain't my goddamn.
You know they ain't together no more.
You goddamn son about him.
It's just
he ain't learned that at my house. I can't speak for him and his mama house.
I mean, that's fucking dumb to say. Like, especially in this time, this day, like in any time, like that's fucking stupid. And you should have known that was stupid.
And you know what a noose mean. You meant what you said. You
can't get mad because people are trying to get rid of symbolisms that preached hate or that wanted another group of humans to be enslaved. And like, how did you think that was gonna pan out, man? Fuck you. And
you might not want to hear this. Fuck you.
Yeah,
and the clip you claim. Losing ass clip.
All that clip. I got one too, man. I said it, but I'm sorry. Baltimore restaurant apologized to African American mom/son for shocking discrimination. A Baltimore restaurant is apologizing to an African American woman and her son who are clearly victims of the discrimination. The Atlas Restaurant Group was reacting to a cell phone video shot by Marsha Grant, who's the mother, as they tried to get a table at the, I don't know how to say this word, Ozu, it's O-U-Z-O, however you say that shit. Ozu, whatever, Bay Restaurant. And you can hear the manager telling them that they can't sit in this restaurant because of your son's wardrobe. He was a young black kid with his mom who had on basically a T-shirt and like some gym shorts.
Jordan shorts.
And some Jordan shorts. And basically what the mom was like, okay, so we can't sit here because we're violating the policy, but then pointed at this young white kid with the exact same outfit on.
See how my man tried
he couldn't clear it up. Oh, you right, but I'm sorry, I can't say it. Like a white kid getting up from dining with the exact same outfit on was able to dine in there. And now they're trying to apologize because, hey, he fucked up. And when you see shit like that, you can't think of nothing but you're being racist. Like, what's the other reason? Why is it okay for that kid? And you're not even, and the crazy part is they don't even notice that white kid is over there doing the exact same thing. That's what fucks me up even more so. But fuck you and your story.
Maybe he didn't see the white kid as being athletic, so.
I guess that was formal attire for him, huh?
Yeah, I seen that. That was a crazy ass video because the mama kept saying he's right there.
Look,
video because she flipped the phone about 3-4 different times to show us this kid right there. And I was with her like, why his clothes? Why he get the?
And the explanation, he was like, well, but
his shirt. It doesn't say Jordan. What the fuck or something like that. It was something weird.
He didn't even say that. He didn't even say that part.
He wouldn't say nothing about his pants. He just kept going to his shirt. Like, no, but he got on the same shirt, same shorts. They both got
a t-shirt.
And about that apology, mama said, nah, I'm getting me a civil rights attorney. We about to get y'all for some bread, motherfucker. My name ain't on this goddamn bill.
Kyle Trump. With the Crump.
Is it Crump? They say Trump. Hey, goddamn, that's that bill you drinking over there. Got you.
Groceries in, ain't it? The Trump.
Sheesh, nah, we'll take y'all sorrows though. Fuck y'all sorrows, man.
Stop y'all sorry. Stop saying that stupid ass shit to begin with. Music. There was some music. Shit, I don't know what else dropped, but Black, who'd have talked about it last week, but he finally dropped his EP. I had a chance to dive through it real good. Did any of y'all get a chance to listen to it? I know, Can't Get Right, you was kind of moving. But did you have a chance to listen to the music?
I tried to throw it on. It wasn't the vibe for me.
Have you ever been a fan of his, like prior?
Yeah, I have been. I like him, like interview-wise, and I like this last, like, I mean, it might not be his last project, but his last, like, major project. I liked that one. So, yeah, I am a fan of his music. It just, I don't know. It wasn't for me. I'm going to try to go back to it. So I like him as a person.
I listened to it and I liked it. but I haven't fully listened to it. Like I listened to it Friday, which I was at work. You know, he's saying I was listening to it. I was doing work. I was moving around, so I didn't fully digest it. But from what I heard, I did like, and I'm definitely gonna turn it on again. As soon as we get done with this podcast, I'm thinking I'm in that good set of mind right now. It's Sunday. You chill. You lay back. It's some groovy shit right now that I think you can listen to and fully digest. So once we get done, I'm gonna listen to it again. But from what I heard, I like. I think he got some dope songs on that, even though it's only 5 or 6.
I didn't too tough like it. It's a. I mean, it's only 6 fucking songs on it, something like that. But it was like 2 that was dope. But the rest was trash to me. Not trash, but just not what I.
It wasn't him.
I came across him by mistake back in 16 when he dropped that free 6-lack album, and I thought that was the dopest shit I had heard. That sound, that vibe, and that shit was super live. It was so many songs on it that was live, and then even when he came with that, it took him 2 years. Then he came with that East Atlanta Love Letter, and that was okay. And then this one to me was just kind of subpar. Like,
do you think that's what happens a lot of times with like those type of artists?
Probably so.
For the most part, decline. Kind of like the
organic
Weeknd.
When they make that, I think it's because it be so organic when they make that first one, and then they start trying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to make it different.
If you listen to it that way, you think that makes it a difference of how you hear it?
What you mean?
Whereas, it's not as raw as my first album. Whereas, I'm at that point where I have to try to make music.
That separates that separates the greats. Like, yeah, you can make a one good album. Can you make 5? You know what I'm saying? Like you said, The Weeknd, amazing. Fell off.
But y'all, anybody who's known me about music, that's why I search for new music so much, because I usually like a lot of artists a lot of the time before they get
hot
a deal or get hot, because I feel like that's when they're truly making what they want to make.
Real form.
And it's just organic. It's just pure in nature. And
I think that's just natural for me. I think that's natural for 90 to 95% of artists.
Agreed.
Most of them going to be hot when they first come out, and then it's just going to be a decline with the exception of very few artists. And so that's how I listened to it. So that's why I liked it, because I didn't expect him to be that very first shit I heard.
I feel like with him though, it just don't sound like that free 6-lack album. Like the
it's
sound,
not.
like
it just won't. It's never going to.
No. And I don't mean the sound like that, but like he did a lot of singing, a lot of harmonizing on that one. Whereas on this one, like after that, he got more rappy than singing.
Stop slapping shit.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that shit just to me made a difference.
Nigga slapping all kind of shit over there. They want to slap the mic off the table over there.
Fuck you.
I just think for me, I think we're at that day and age where we're never going to hear artists like that anymore. If you make some shit, initially you're going to be hot. But since you're so out there, it's just impossible to be behind the scenes for so long. Like for instance, T.I. And Wayne, like a T.I., like his first few albums is probably his rawest albums. And that's because he was behind the scene for so long that he was able to just be at his rawest form for a long time. To whereas now these artists, they make one hot album, they in the limelight. It ain't no more behind the scenes. If you got one hot project, that's gonna blow you up. And then going forward, I just think that is gonna slow down your process of making 4 or 5 dope projects. Like think about the last time we've had an artist that just had 4 or 5 great projects. Maybe a Lil Baby, but I can honestly say that even his projects have regressed compared to his first albums. Now he's still hot as fuck. I think he's still that's okay. That's fine. You can, and that's perfectly okay. But I think that to me, his best albums are some of the ones at the beginning. But even with that being said, even with
in the earlier ones.
I don't think so, because
I think
we listened to this one a lot less than we listened to those previous ones.
Right.
A lot less. And I just think that that's how it's going to be. But even if we just mention Lil Baby, I say think of how many you can name that have consistently progressed, consistently went up. It's not very many nowadays because there's so much out there, I think.
Lil Baby, Da Baby, they both like when they second time around.
I think that's a big difference. Big difference. Like Lil Baby compared to Da Baby is just a completely different.
No. I'm comparing them to their earlier work. That it is a decline. Lil Baby a less of a decline because the Baby's last album was just trash. So Lil Baby still putting out good quality music, but it's not amazing like his first ones was.
He'll shoot you.
I'm confused. Maybe I'm missing something because. Correct me if I'm wrong. At one point, y'all was just saying, like when it came out, that last Lil Baby album, y'all was comparing it to one of the livest albums of the year.
I think that
I don't ever remember y'all saying that about the early albums.
I
had that as my album of the year last year, I believe. Baby and Gunna. I think I had that as my album of the year last year.
But I think that's two different points. I think. For me, I think you can say that it was one of the hottest albums of the year, but also say that it wasn't better than some of his earliest projects. Not saying that it was bad. I'm not saying that by any means. Yeah, right. Like I'm not saying that by any means. Like, yeah, I think the album was good. I'm not saying that it was. I think it was a real good album. But I just think that some of his, that's my dog, Jay. That's my dog. Like at that time, I just think that's when he was his best to me.
Yeah, I'm on record saying that's one of the very few albums that you could go back to and listen to over and over at the time in real time. I put it up there with Nipsey last album, that you could just go back to. But yeah, it is. I haven't had the need to go back to it, and if I feel like listening to Lil Baby, I'm gonna go back to that earlier stuff.
I'm listening to all of them. I guess I feel like for me, the difference is those older albums had live ass songs on it, but the top to bottom, the last album that he put out, what was it? My Turn. I think top to bottom, the quality of the music that was on there is just way bigger, and I think that he, as a rapper, is progressing better on this last album than he did on the previous album. That's all. That was the only difference I was saying.
I mean, yeah, both could be true.
But I don't know how we got on the Baby from talking about Black, but
well, we were talking about the progression of artists.
People declining. Yeah.
Just how often recently you've seen these newer artists going to incline rather than a decline.
Yeah, it's hard. Only other person I could say is maybe a Ross or somebody like that. I feel like Ross is. I
don't count him that. I don't count him in that though, because Ross been in the game for a long ass time for you to count him.
Just talking about new artists.
Yeah, newer artists. I would say within the last 10 years. Because I think
it'll be real hard for a new artist to have a career like a Ross or Tip.
I don't think so because I don't think his music has ever been good. Me personally.
Who?
21 Savage.
Why you used to listen to it? You went from never listening to it to listening to it.
Because it's hype. It'll get you in up tempo in a gym, shit like that. But as far as me just riding and listening to 21, I never would ever.
Him, he had one good album I like really liked him, and it was some DJ. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, he wasn't no like you see. He ain't put out shit in damn 3-4 years now.
Ever since he got it, he never put out music.
That deportation shit, like when he was going. Yeah, since he been going through.
That 21 and Metro Boomin, that shit was live. But yeah, they had my ex on it. Yeah, I'm just saying.
More music.
You got another album that dropped?
Well, I got some shit. Beyonce coming out with some more shit on your phone. Can't get right now. What you think? We was talking about
Beyonce fan. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying you've been killing it lately. That's why we've been fucking with you with the Beehive. But it falls into two things. I wanted to bring it up when we was talking about LeBron and his media thing, as well as new music because it's a different thing. She coming out with it's streaming basically. She coming out with new visuals on Disney Plus titled Black is King, and basically she's making videos for all of the songs on the Lion King album. But it's titled Black is King, so I think that's pretty dope. I'll definitely take a look at Beyonce in her videos, you know what I'm saying? But there's some more new music, some more new visuals and things you can look at as well. Because I think it's gonna have a lot of symbolism, especially what's going on at this point. And I think she puts a lot of symbols in her shit too. So I think it's gonna have a lot of symbolism in it as well.
Yeah, that ass.
Whoa.
Fab and Jadakiss, they got a versus tomorrow. Who y'all rocking with?
I like Jadakiss.
F-A-B-O.
I like Jadakiss.
How do you spell fabulous?
Not how you spell it, but shit, I don't know.
Dummy.
I got Jadakiss though. I've always been a Jadakiss fan, man. And it goes to a lot of different things from the early locks to when he was with Diddy to just his albums alone. You know what I'm saying? I think to me, Jada's pretty dope, but he's been around a lot longer. And just that nigga laugh is impeccable to me. So the laugh wins it for me.
Man.
Right, good.
I just don't think that's fair, fool. Like, you was in, like, arguably top 10 best rap groups ever. So Styles P was dope. Top 10 rap groups album. You know, like, you was with two other great artists. That's like if 3 Stacks had a battle of Big Boy. Now, Big Boy can't hold his own with a lot of people on his solo career. He just can't. Now, you talking about Outkast, it ain't too many people that can beat him. I don't know if that's fair for him to throw the locks in there. It's fair by itself.
Why not? Because what if I just... It's called verses. So what if I just play a verse that I had on this song with Andre?
Yeah, but that song might be so monumental because of what the locks was, what Bad Boy was. Fab shit was just on his own.
But Fab was in the group a little bit. But what if my verse made that song super live?
Yeah, that's like, I mean, Wayne shit. Well, if Wayne can do Hot Boy shit and his verse on Baby, or you know what I'm saying, that would nobody could beat Wayne.
I wouldn't want to see a versus without Wayne playing some of the squad shit.
I wouldn't either, but that's fair.
I wouldn't want to see a versus without Wayne playing Millionaire's Dream.
A Hot Boy shit. Group or not, like nigga, I want to hear your verse.
Hey, I don't think nobody can beat Wayne in a versus battle, even Jay-Z. I think that's.
Well, I wasn't saying that. I was just saying it for the point of being in monumental groups and playing that music.
Right, because I'm saying it's just not fair. I don't think that's fair.
Drake.
Why?
Drake who? Against who?
I'm asking. Don't make me say it. I'm just saying, could Drake compete with Wayne in a versus battle?
No, but I'd be glued to it.
I think the versus battle, man, it's so many different parts to it.
But they would have to go like, what? Well, are you doing that 20?
Because a lot of people.
That's
I just mean a lot of people. Some people go street shit, and then some people be like, "What was commercially successful?" And I feel like it's different. It's two different things.
Mm-hmm. When Fab play that, I really like what you done to me. I can't really explain it.
I'm so into hear that.
Boy, that's a win. But then Jadakiss go goddamn shoot.
That's what I was saying. I think he does. He does.
I'm glad it's on a Monday because I think they did a big disservice having John Legend and Alicia Keys on a Saturday. And the Saturday when people first started getting back outside, I think we was boiling crawfish when they was doing it. But it should. I like it on a Monday. Like people can watch
this
it.
This is one I might actually pay attention to because I'm a huge Fab fan, but I'm a huge Jadakiss fan. I mean, people know that. But,
and I think they fixed it now because they're probably gonna be in the same place. I think you can watch it on Facebook and stream it through. I think it's on Apple too. You can stream it some way through Apple.
The song with him and Mariah Carey is "You Make Me Wanna." Let's see what it sounds like.
You make me wanna.
That's an ad there. They goddamn got some ads for some Tiana shit.
You got Spotify, don't it? You got the free version of Spotify, don't it?
No, I went to Google. I Googled it.
You don't got Apple Music?
Hey. If they don't get us both, you'll be sending me off. And please just do me this favor. Stick to our little plan.
That shit gonna sound so hard, bro, on the thing.
Oh, yeah. You can really turn
that shit was hard. See, you be forgetting about Jada.
That's what he gonna put on when he put the Fab play that song you was talking about.
Oh, that's a win. That's a win. Fab, Jadakiss ain't got nothing for that song.
Man, it's gonna be good. I can't wait to watch it. Y'all saw T.I. will be teaching the business of trap music at Clark Atlanta.
I ain't see that. He just better not say shouted.
He gonna say shit.
Shouted. See what you do, shouted, is you take this business right here,
like,
shouted.
tell a nigga from New Orleans not to say
What
word.
shouted? From a business standpoint, nigga, don't.
Nigga,
You take
But
this in, hey,
P definitely gonna say, "Whoa, there, goddamn." See what I'm saying?
like,
What we got?
that's part of your lingo. I think it's super dope. To your point of him saying "Shawty," or P saying "Water," or anybody saying that, Birdman, Playboy, all that shit. Like, I think it's dope that these people are cultural icons to the point to where now they're teaching universities. They're teaching classes, and I can be myself. So no, I don't have to go in there and not say "Chowder." I can go in there and say that because the reason why I'm here is because I said it.
I don't want to be serious, man. I want to crack a joke.
No, I'm just saying.
Shawty? Chill out, Shawty. It's all right, Shawty.
Nobody care you want to be serious. They ain't got to be serious with you.
Shawty?
Because I think
Shawty, you tripping, Wally.
Tripping, Shawty.
As black people, we come in and be who we are, and look at what we get to go to.
I do think that's dope, though, Shawty. You know what I'm saying? I do think it's dope. It will pee in front of a class saying, "Whoa, that nigga," understand exactly what he mean by it. Because a lot of people still don't know what it means, which is crazy.
What do you mean, Hooter?
I don't know if I do shit.
Water, you
I just mean like, what up? Like,
nah, you my you and they see it has
multiple meanings. What it mean? And nigga say you my water.
Nigga be like, say what's up, Water. That be what up, homeboy, what up, friend, what up, my nigga. That's all.
Thank you, Hooter. I just wanted you to tell the people what it meant.
What's that, Water?
That nigga said the same.
You know what I'm saying? I still got it. I just don't use it. I just know when to use it. That's how niggas explain their lingo to nigga. Nigga hit me, nigga. What you mean?
Little baby, did y'all see that Walmart was selling them 4PF chains and they were selling them Sniper Gang chains?
I wonder if they could sue for that. Can Lil Baby sue for that shit?
Right, they finna sue for that because they didn't get permission.
And why Walmart don't know that? That's even dumber. Get your money, young man.
Apparently, it's not. I guess it's one of those.
It might not ever been licensed.
Well, no, it's one of them things that we didn't necessarily really know because you've never really done it. But apparently, it's not that hard to be a vendor to sell stuff in Walmart. A lot of those people are independent licensed vendors. So Walmart just say, if you selling this, okay, great, because Walmart got to sell merchandise.
So do they actually sue?
You don't know who them shits is that you going in there buying it from. All of that shit is produced by Walmart.
So when that happened, are they actually suing Walmart or the vendor?
You know how lawsuits go, probably both.
Yeah, they're probably gonna try to get Walmart first, and then.
And I think Walmart's smart enough to know to be like, nah, that's that.
Remember they got in trouble for some kind of a racist slogan that was in there, and they didn't catch it before it was already distributed into their center.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. I can't remember the name of it, but
yeah.
We just skipped the point. We all picked our thing for the verses.
Yeah,
I'm going with Fabulous.
Me and you picked Jada, and you picked Fab.
Gotcha. Okay. By your side. I'll probably listen to some Jada after this. Fuck Black. No offense, Black.
Dang. You better not listen to that, Black. That's
no offense, Black.
You was saying something about Wale. What was you saying about Wale?
Oh yeah, Wale mad again. He mad. Let me see.
What else? That nigga been mad his whole career, fool.
He crying again.
That man is not crying. The man
okay, but he got to be careful what he wish for, because back in the day, he was happy that he signed Warner Brothers. Back in May 2018, Wale excitedly announced his signing to Warner Brothers, but it appears that the relationship has gone sour. On Tuesday, the Washington, D.C. native posted a series of tweets expressing his dissatisfaction with the music industry overall and said he had to beg his label for certain pro-black songs like Sue Me, BGM. Wale also claimed that he was being blackballed to death. That's what I have a problem with. Is he being blackballed to death?
Now your music just suck. We don't want to put it out because we're gonna lose money.
But we just put your music out 2 weeks ago.
And I want
somebody else to keep the same energy too, because they said that's why Birdman won't put out Wayne music because it sucked.
Same energy. That sounds about right.
I mean, if it sucks, it sucks. But Sumi did numbers, and probably was one of his more successful songs. In the past couple of years.
How so? Sue Me on Roof for Everything That's Black or something like that?
Yeah, so I can see like, damn, why I gotta fight for this song?
Did it do numbers? But question, stop. Did it do numbers, or is it popular because of what's going on right now at the time? If this wasn't going on at the time, would that be a hot song at the time that it came out?
I put that in the group chat and all y'all liked it way before this recent stuff happened.
I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about popular, do numbers. Like we
Oh,
liked it
of
because we
course.
listened to it and understood the message. But was it popular as far as doing numbers and getting out there if all of this wasn't going on, what's going on?
Oh,
Or before,
no.
then that's when you have to see that a record label was like, nah, this isn't going on. This isn't what popular. This is what popping. Because if everything was going on now wasn't going on, I don't think that song would be as big either.
I don't doubt that
Right.
my man is going through like some shit with his label because we see music and we learn every week that the music is a dirty ass industry. But I just always the reason why I never could like him to me because he always was a crybaby. He always cried. He always whined over shit. And they won't recognize me as the best rapper. And I felt like you was never the best rapper to me. I know a lot of people say he's lyrical. I don't see it as much. I think he got a little flow, but I don't think he's a top 10, top 15, top 20 lyricist to me. But again, that's me. And it's not, I guess it's a bias. Y'all could say that it is for me with Wale, but I just don't, I think his music is just okay. And he's just an okay artist.
Wale has put out great albums, mixtapes. His collection is vast, and there's very few people his age that can stand up with him. Very few.
No, I disagree with standing up for him because he's been in the game for a while, and there's a lot of people running.
He's in it. I think you. That's the big step to say because he's in that class where it's Kendricks and Drakes and Coles and he's in that class, so he can't really say that.
Wale has put out
notoriety that
Wale has put out more good music than J. Cole.
No, he hasn't.
That's opinion. That's opinion based, and you're the only one who thinks that way.
J. Cole has 2 good albums, 2 good bodies of work, y'all. Kendrick has 1.
You're the only one thinks that, man. I'm not even a Kendrick fan. Out of everybody you named, I like J. Cole probably better. But
fool, I caught myself. I went back and listened to the album to Pimp a Butterfly that I said we hated so much, and I made it my duty to go back 2 days ago. Some good ass rapping on that album.
That man sick.
It's some good ass rapping on that album, man, and that's the album I hated.
I'm not a Kendrick fan. I feel you on that To Pimp a Butterfly, but I don't like Kendrick music like that.
And out of that class,
man, Kendrick rap laps around fucking Wale.
Out of that class,
laps around Wale.
Out of that class,
I'm talking about making good music.
Okay, so out of that class, I think out of that everybody we just mentioned, I think that Wale falls into that category more than anybody who's on more so of a decline than an incline. Out of everybody we just mentioned, I think he's more on a decline than anybody else. I agree with you. His projects were great, but that was 4 or 5 projects ago. He's at the end of his career. It's been since Seinfeld, which has it may be the album Ambition, maybe since Ambition, I'll say. He's on a super decline since then, unfortunately.
I mean, his last good body of work was the one on Sunset or something like that. It was about maybe 3-4 years ago. But it definitely has declined. But I can see his frustration because he's a very talented artist. Like
I cannot see his frustration, and I can't sit here and let him tell me he's being blackballed when he's putting out projects and music. It's just that simple for me. Stop whining, nigga. You can't whine and say you're being blackballed when you put an album out 2 weeks ago. That's the definition of whining.
Maybe what he was frustrated was that I shouldn't have to beg you to put this out. Like my work has shown itself.
But it's out now. Why is now the time to whine about it? You're whining about stuff that's out.
That I don't know. That should have came out.
Right, like it's out now, nigga. You should have did that 2 weeks before the album dropped, if that was the case. And I can't think of a time when he's just been silent. Like he consistently put it. Not that he's consistently put projects out. He's never just been gone away for a long time.
Some on Sunset was dope. 2016. Wow, That's Crazy was straight.
Wow, That's Crazy. It was alright. Yeah,
it was straight.
It was right.
But I mean, I get it.
Girl songs, and that's it. And that first song he put out. The first ever song he put out.
Nike Boots? Or with
Pretty Girl.
Oh no.
That's it. He's that song and girl songs. Other than girl songs, it's nothing that you can say that's live.
Bruh, he was on a song with Wayne at Wayne Height and didn't get killed. It's arguably Nike Boots remix. it's arguable who has the best verse on that song.
I wasn't a fan of his at that time. I came after that, right after that.
So go back and listen to Nike Boots remix. He was up there with Wayne on that one song. Don't get me wrong.
That one verse. I'm just
mixes be bum mixes.
A full body at work.
Bum mix.
I know how you feel about him though. I ain't gonna talk about your homeboy.
You kept the same energy though, my nigga. Well, you didn't really. So I'll make you keep the same energy. Should he have been able to put out that last album? Based off what you said about Wayne's last album.
Should he have been able to? I think Wayne should have been able to. I should have been able to say I don't want to listen to that shit. But yes, when you're a Wayne, you should be able to put out whatever you want to. When you're a Wale, you should be able to put out whatever you want to.
No, not Wale.
I don't think that's a good comparison.
No, Wale and Wayne are two different people, man.
No, Wayne, yes, of course. Wayne is one of the best artists of all time. Cool.
Right.
But
so
when you're at that caliber,
but I think that caliber,
Wale is at that caliber and has done enough for any record label to be able to put out whatever he wants.
I disagree.
Go look at Sue Me YouTube numbers and streams, and Wale was right.
Well, I will say that it's sometimes that the record label is wrong. That doesn't mean that Wale could put out whatever he wants whenever he wants. But on that one, were they wrong? Yeah. And that happens very often. Most times they're wrong.
So don't fight me over it. I know what's going to go.
Don't fight me over it. That should be able to put out what they want when they want. Wayne reserves that right. It's only literally like 6 or 7 of them. And Wayne is one, Wale is not. Sorry. He would have to stand over there in line with J. Cole and Kendrick to put out whatever he wants.
Wayne should stop ruining his legacy.
And I think it's a lot of artists who's able to do that, who I think who's able to do that, but really can't. Because me personally, I think that sometimes that a Ross or a Jeezy would put out more music if they could. But I just think that they're not at that point, honestly. Unfortunately, they could put out music whenever they want to.
I think Ross puts out whatever he wants, but he's only gonna put it out if he thinks it's perfect.
I don't think so, because I've seen Ross many a time that'll be like if you follow his Snapchat deeply, like I be following it because I'm ready for some more Ross work. You know what I'm saying? He'll come back and say that I thought it was right, but it ain't right. They said it ain't right. He said that, him verbatim, not me.
That's what I just said. Who the fuck are you talking about?
Then that means he can't put out music whenever he's ready to. He said, I think it's ready, but they said it's not, means I can't put it out right now because they said it's not ready.
So he listens to other people as well. But that doesn't say, oh, they told me I couldn't put it out. No, he might have let
I think it does.
somebody that he trusts hear it. They're like, it ain't quite right yet. Nothing wrong with that. But yes, if Rick Ross says, I want to put out an album right now, his label not saying, nah, don't do that.
I don't think that's the case, bro. I think because I think Ross has put out many singles for albums that was waiting for a year and a half later to come out.
That's fine, Huda. You can think that way.
Did y'all see sports? It's here. We've talked about it for a while since the Jordan doc. But an 8-part Kobe Bryant documentary called Mamba Out will debut on July the 5th. Mm-hmm. Y'all saw that?
Yeah, we talked about it 2 weeks ago.
Did we?
Dummy.
Yeah. We did. Yeah, we talked about it again. But it's something dope. It's something dope. And the closer it gets, I get it. The closer it gets, the more I'm ready to see it as well. So I love seeing shit like that for like the behind the scenes of the greats, the behind the scenes of a Jordan or Kobe or LeBron. I love to see those. That's why we at the same time I want to say we talked about the Tom Brady little 8 episode series as well. And just because he's a great shit like that, I want to see.
So is it going to be like the Jordan doc? It's going to drop weekly?
We don't know how it's going to go. We're going to have to watch it, but I just know it's coming out on July the 5th. Give me y'all top. Don't fucking bother me and go all around the world. Top 3 college football rivals for y'all. Spit it out.
Iron Bowl.
Iron Bowl. You got people who might not know what that is.
Alabama, Auburn. Because of my age, Florida, Miami. Florida State, Miami. And USC Notre Dame, maybe. That third one's a tough one. I don't know.
Mine's cheating because I'm gonna probably go with the top 3: Florida State, Alabama, and Auburn. And I got 4 though, and Michigan, Ohio State, and because I went to UAB, nigga, UAB Southern Miss. You know what I'm saying? We hated the motherfuckers.
If this was probably a bigger rivalry for UAB.
It was, but I just think we hated Southern Miss because for a long time they beat the shit out of us. I ain't gonna lie, they was beating our ass. So I think we hated them more.
For me, it's probably Alabama, Auburn, Florida State, and Ohio State, Michigan State. But I brought this up.
Michigan State or Michigan?
Michigan and Ohio State. My bad. But
hang on. So Florida State, Miami not in y'all's, or is it because
because Florida State plays more, so it's you get to.
I said top 3. Shit. Now, if you want to go to top 10, I will put them in there. But in my top 3, no,
you can't get
right. But I brought this up
because want to be angry black man. Typical ass.
Mad at your ass, nigga. Nigga, what the fuck I said?
You mean to tell me Miami? No, not in my top 3, motherfucker. But look, I brought this up because they put out a little list, and I'm gonna just go ahead and give it 1A. Of course, well, hold on, let me bag up. I don't want to start there. Let's start in their top 3 was Michigan versus Ohio State.
Tell the people what you're saying.
Auburn versus Alabama. And Army versus fucking Navy.
Nah, I don't care about
Army versus Navy if they're going off numbers.
What was crazy was
I always watch it because it's like the last game of the year.
At 5 was Notre Dame versus USC. 6 they had Harvard versus Yale. 7 was Florida Georgia. Like they had Florida State like 15, which I can understand now.
What's the top 3? What's the top 3 again?
Army and Navy was 1.
What the fuck is that 1?
There was 1A. And then Auburn versus Alabama was 1B. Michigan versus Ohio State. So those are the top 3.
I get it. I fully get it. Even though I don't agree with the 1A, I get why it would be 1A because it's probably one of the longest rivalries for real.
And also, that's the week where nobody else is playing football, so everybody's going to watch that game.
We be feeding for
Florida State at 14.
Nah, disagree, buddy. But
in front of it was Auburn versus Georgia. Iowa versus Minnesota. Ole Miss versus Mississippi State was 11.
Bum.
And this was 24/7 sports. I mean,
the bum egg goal.
Okay. Oh, they fuck up a lot. Okay.
Who was it? 24. Who?
That 24/7 sports shit.
Yeah.
Give us the ESPN poll on that. Give me the ESPN on that.
Right.
I got some sports.
I got a little sports. Georgia High School Association is going to put in a shot clock in high school basketball. What y'all think about that?
They should. Did they say how long it's going to be?
They're gonna. It's going to be like 30 seconds. I'm sorry, 35 seconds. But they're going to phase it out. Like next year, it's going to be like in the playoffs, and then in the next two years, it's going to be all games. But they're going to do it in phases.
Phase it in.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I said phase it out. Like I was getting rid of.
Yeah. I think that's dope, man, because I think that's just terrible. Like, I nigga just focus on the smallest, craziest shit. But I think that's terrible that at the end of a game, it could be a 12-10 game in the fourth quarter. You just pass the ball the whole quarter if you wanted to. So I just don't. I don't think that's full competition. I think when it makes you play both sides of the ball, that's something I think you can really appreciate. And I honestly think it speeds the game up as well.
And nobody wants to watch that. I mean, I know it's a strategy, and I'm a
It's a what?
It's a who?
You said strategy.
I didn't say that.
But 8 S's and 4 G's in that bitch.
Because that's how long they stretch out a possession.
Got you. I'm fucking with you, man. But I think that's dope, though.
I think it's dope because that's not sports for real, man. Like you playing shit hot potato. Like that's just not sports. Like compete, my nigga. Like you can't do that in football. I mean, you can, but you only got 24 seconds or however many long I don't remember how long. I don't know how long it is in high school, but you got it in football. Why not have it in basketball?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Staying in Georgia, I think Morehouse is in Georgia, right?
Yep.
Huh?
Okay,
Yeah.
Morehouse. They're in Georgia. They canceled their 2020 football season.
I thought he was asking how many houses was in Georgia. I was like, what the fuck?
Do y'all think this is? What do you think of this? I'll keep it simple. What do you think of this? You think more people start to go this way, or you think this is a one school thing? Because
I mean, we said this last week.
We see Clemson has 30-something cases at this point.
We said this last week.
That's a big percentage.
We said last week that we think that, football not gonna. I don't think it's gonna happen this year, man. We see all these different cases that's shooting up around the country. I think it's gonna be very last minute before they make the decision. We talked about a decision that we're gonna have to make, but I think they're just waiting as long as they possibly can before they have to make a concrete decision on the bigger scale, on a bigger level. But I just really find it hard. The way the numbers are looking in some of the bigger states, Texas, Florida, California, Arizona, we're in Alabama.
The whole South. I looked at a fucking map of where it's at, and the whole Southeastern Conference is fucked up as far as the map of in cases.
Yeah, so I just find it really hard that we're going to be able to have a football season of right now.
And to be honest, they might have looked at the numbers. They might have saw that it's going to be less people on campus. More people probably going to be doing online, so that's less revenue coming in. And if that's a school that's football loses you money, and nobody's going to be in the seats,
in the stands. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid. Yeah, like they might can't afford it.
Like it's possible for basketball. And I think that's still pushing it, but just football is just too close of a sport, man. Like when you play that game, you know what's going at the bottom of them piles, man. It's all kind of nasty shit up under there. Like niggas will be nasty on purpose under a pile, man. So
and not even
you know that.
Practice. You got to be around each other. Locker room. You can't have outside locker room.
Not even that. Like what you said in piles. Like if I make a tackle, there's no way that I've been sweating for 3-4 quarters. I'm gonna make a tackle. Sweat gonna drip down on somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Bodily fluids gonna be exchanged. All of that shit. It's just no way possible that you're gonna be able to keep the spread down, man. I don't know. I don't see it being a thing this year for us. Which means we're gonna have to brace up.
So with this,
I'm gonna put one of the things in the backyard, man. We finna have to create our own sports. I'm gonna put one of the what you call them little thing.
Put the goal. They got them over there. They got horseshoes and everything. They got the little pits built over there by the stadium.
I ain't going there. No, I'm gonna go to mine. Like when we stand in the bar, I ain't going nobody public shit.
I'm saying let's go take these
everything that I want to go do outside. I'm finna create in the backyard. God damn it, that's what
cornhole. Nigga want to get some cornhole. That's what.
There we go. As long as we got some beer.
Cornhole with some horseshoes, nigga. Shit, we
finna have to get creative, my nigga. We finna lose everything we love.
Us and Billy can figure it out.
Hey, yeah. For the party Wednesday, make sure you have some horseshoes out there, bitch.
No, nobody want to play no goddamn horseshoes. The fuck is wrong with you?
Bring some gloves, goddamn.
No, Hoodie. I promise you, it will not be horseshoes there.
We just had a whole conversation about let's play horseshoes and cornhole. Now nobody wants.
I never agreed that we're playing horseshoes. That was just you.
Cornhole then.
That shit not fun. I play cornhole, and I still don't know how to play it. I only play it with Bill.
So with it, my question is, what's the difference?
I don't know, my nigga. I like putting shit in holes.
Got you. I feel you. That's the difference. Got you. Whatever. Got you. They retarded. Sports, goddamn. More sports. NBA.
The news.
What about the news?
They ended up finding that it was a noose. I don't know if y'all saw it throughout the week when NASCAR kept reporting that it wasn't a noose. When in Bubba Wallace's garage, they kept trying to say like, oh, it wasn't really a noose. It was a, when they kept trying to say it was a
pulley for the garage
door puller, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they finally showed a picture of it. Nigga, that's a fucking noose. All you people, I've seen a lot of people, and I've been wanting to comment on Facebook because I have some ex-coaches that was coaches of mine where we played at hoop. And I see these people who been the fit. there are some state championship powerhouses in this country. And I'm going to get mad in a minute and I'm going to say some shit because they're benefiting off of the 90% of their players being black, and they've been being good now because they got a lot of black players over there. And they saying shit like, oh, man, that was fake, this, that, that's some bullshit, da-da-da-da-da. I would hate to think what would happen if they walk into a locker room and their players was faced with that shit. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but that shit made me a little mad. It kind of angered me a little bit.
It does, because I would love to see
that out.
The reason why it made me mad is because I would love to see what the reaction is. And when I fully think about it, hearing how they talk, I just think the reaction would be the wrong reaction. I think they would try to overlook it and be like, it ain't nothing, don't worry about it. And as kids, we probably would have flowed with that shit because we just kids who wanted to play the sport. But as an adult, if I see that shit with my kid, I'm like, fuck no, nigga, acknowledge what the fuck this really is. I don't want to hear you trying to bypass this shit right now, what's going on, and make it little.
It's crazy. Oh, go ahead, K-Rap.
Because, I mean, they can't truly understand it, but just all you got to do is know it's a problem.
Just listen.
That's all. Listen. Talk to a black person. That's all you got to do.
And speaking from the person who I know who Stock's speaking about, he will not fucking listen. I know it.
Yeah, but it's crazy because here's a statement from somebody who, you know, got something to say about their heritage. They basically said that their Southern heritage is being pushed to death and they're tired of it. Alabama native Charles Burdett said, who organized the demonstration. I don't know if y'all saw it was a demonstration at the Talladega Speedway where they had 15, 16, 17 cars with them big-ass Confederate flags on it. He basically said that NASCAR is going to be a thing of the past. I don't know why. That they are taking everything out of it from what we stand for. I don't get it. They're saying, let's not have this hateful emblem, symbol, whatever you want to fucking call it. He even mentioned that it was a thing of the past. I wanted to ask y'all earlier, what do you do with this Confederate stuff? All these Confederate statues, all this Confederate flag. People keep saying it's a thing of the past, yet they want it to reside in the present. What are y'all thoughts on some of this shit?
My response to that is real quick. So was slavery. You said they felt like their Southern heritage was being attacked. So was slavery, nigga. It should be attacked, nigga. If it's wrong and it's standing on the side of wrong, it should be attacked, motherfucker. Like, it stands for wrong.
We keep having to say that, so was concentration camps and Nazis. Shit was wrong. But I get NASCAR fans. That was their shit. So you mean you gonna first you started letting black people drive, and then you want to take away my racist symbols? This was my sport. I came here to be rednecks with my other redneck friends.
But to that point,
and now y'all want to tell me I can't do that?
Black people been driving. They showed the I can't think of his name. Forgive me for it. But it was a black driver who drove in NASCAR. He was from Texas. He drove 25 years ago.
Cool. That's one. Now we got another one, Bubba. And now they taking the flags away. NASCAR fundamentally is a racist culture.
I don't get why they don't want to just understand. Man, I went to a high school, and I found out today that they're challenging to change the name of my high school because the person who's the name of my high school didn't think that black should go to school with whites. You know what? Change that fucking name, man. I don't care.
No. Black kids, black kids should not have to go to Robert E. Lee High School. I'm sorry.
Or Jefferson.
White kids don't go to Martin Luther King High School.
But that's different because I think that would say that we need to change the name of Martin Luther King, or that they should disagree with it. I don't think they should disagree with it because he fought for what was right, and I think that some of them should go to Martin Luther King.
And let me take that back because that's a false equivalency. Because one was for peace and for everybody being inclusive, and actually he got killed because he wanted poor people to rise up, not just black people. And one was for
I hate black people.
Yeah, I hate black people.
I need slaves.
You're my property.
Moving on into the dummy of the week. Dumbass, stupid ass dummy. Connie. I don't know. Connies haven't had enough abuse. I guess they need some more Connies and Karens. Mobile County Commissioner Connie Hudson. Yes, Mobile, Alabama. She wants to replace the third national Confederate flag with the first national Confederate flag. I don't know if y'all seen this special ass dummy, but kind of thought this week that it was a bright idea to go online and say that getting rid of the Confederate battle flag and replacing it with the stars and bars, which was the first Confederate flag that they actually put in that was actually during the time of the Confederacy. She thought that it was a good idea to go ahead and place that. She said that instead of the old battle flag, that she wanted to go ahead and put this one on top of the federal buildings down in Mobile and fly that as the flag of the city of Mobile. I don't know if y'all saw that, but I thought that kind of deserved a special spot on the dummy of the week.
Bitch was thinking, this isn't bad. Let's make it worse. Stupid ass. How the fuck is making it worse gonna make it better, stupid? What the fuck is up with these Connies and Karen? These hoes tripping.
Let's go with some older hate. Fuck yeah, let's go with some older hate.
Retro hate.
But what she said was, she said that we think it's appropriate and probably more sensitive to move the first national flag, which is called the Stars and Bars. She said, I mean, it's the history of the state of Alabama. Again, history. History means not now, motherfucker.
And the history of Alabama isn't great.
She went on further by saying, I mean, the history of the state of Alabama is it did succeed from the Union. Motherfucker. You're mad at people not standing for the flag and saying that it's not part of being patriotism and all of that shit. And you want people to honor a flag of a Confederacy that was some losers that lost, that didn't win a war, that's not the United States of America, and you want us to honor that? They wanted to succeed from the United States. It wouldn't be a United States. And here comes Connie, wants us to honor that flag.
Here come Connie.
She said, to me, it's the same as, well, I don't know, man. I don't want to keep going on what Connie said because Connie has said enough.
She fucked up from the get-go.
You should have saw what happened to Connie in Louisiana when my boy put Connie in her place.
Connie's tripping.
But clearly you think that
she should have been online shopping rather than talking. Goddamn.
Yeah. And for that's why Connie is gonna be our special dummy of the week.
Give it to her, Dad. She rightfully deserves that shit.
Stupid ass. It's just so dumb that you don't know that we're fighting about the symbolism of that flag. Why would you think that an older flag is better?
When the history is worse.
It's the same fucking thing, you stupid motherfucker. It's not about the X.
We need something. Stars. How about you come up with something new? Not something that resembled any kind of hate. How about
matter of fact,
simple to me.
I still want to keep going.
Go ahead.
Assistant principal at the Success Academy. Bring your stupid ass to our principal's office, all right? The assistant principal at the Successful Academy thought that it was a bright idea to put black people hanging from a tree on I don't know what the fuck this is.
And we got breaking news. Breaking news. I'm sorry. Stop. We ain't got to say it right now. It could wait, but we got some breaking news.
Fuck that. We're in the middle of some dummy shit. But basically, she thought that on a bulletin board, it was okay to put black people hanging upside down from a tree. And it titles, I read, "Hang in there. It's almost summertime."
It's titled,
what you want with it?
Dummy of the fucking week. How stupid are you? When are y'all gonna learn, man? I get that we've been saying for the last few weeks, it seems like a path of white people doing stupid shit. And it's not that we're coming at y'all. It's just y'all are presenting us with some really stupid shit to put out there into the world that
once again, all you have to do is ask a black person. That's all you have to do.
Hoover Police Department.
It shouldn't be that hard though. Because we don't have to ask them to know if doing something against them is stupid.
Hoover Police Department. Hoover, Alabama. A police officer was fired after posting a picture of a protester in his crosshairs. He basically said that he posted a picture of a protester, a black man, holding a shotgun in his crosshairs with the crosshair aiming right at the man's head, and basically said.
And if y'all don't know what a crosshairs is, that's the bullseyes on his face. The bullseye through the scope of a gun is on him. And why would a cop not know that this isn't the right time to do that? How stupid are you? I get that he was standing there with a shotgun. I get it, but you're stupid.
So shouts out to Hoover Police Department for getting it right and getting him out of there the instant the instant that they seen it. But for him, he is the dummy of the fucking week.
Dumbass.
Dummy.
It's crazy that they swiftly fire him for that, but not the opposite.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say opposite, but killing.
When they actually do it. I got what you're saying. Right. Breaking news. Go ahead.
You got it, King.
Cam Newton signs a 1-year deal with the New England Patriots.
They don't have a starting quarterback for real. They have a guy that they've named too early as a starter, but I think Cam can easily come in and fight for that.
Bruh, it's almost scary because I've never believed in Tom Brady quarterbacking ability. I think it's more system. But with somebody as talented as Cam Newton with Bill Belichick, that shit is scary. If he could get him a weapon or two.
I don't think it's great.
I love Cam Newton. I think Cam Newton's a hell of a quarterback, but this is not a great fit for him.
Not at all.
Not in this situation.
He has not one weapon. Julian Edelman, and that's the end of it, brother. I'm sorry.
And he has to get acclimated to a system that right now we don't even know how much he's being acclimated to.
And we saw
COVID,
that
a lot of shit going on.
We saw that without all of those decent weapons, that Tom Brady wasn't Tom Brady last year.
I mean, I said,
but I think it's great because I think it's great for him for the simple fact he's with a good team. I don't think he's the best Cam Newton we've ever seen, but I do think he can be successful as far as wins go. I think as long as he doesn't come here and make any mistakes, he learns to play smart ball and not turn it over. It's okay if you punt a whole lot. I think it's going to be a lot of 13-10 games, 17-14 games. Low-scoring games, which I think he can put them over the hump and get that last second touchdown on a quarterback sweep or some shit like
Look
that.
Look at y'all with the breaking news.
You know what I'm saying? Just don't make any bad plays, and you're going to always be in a good place to win a game. But I don't think he's going to have the best year statistical. I
don't even know if he gets to get on the field unless Stedham gets hurt or plays poorly. And I don't really know if Stedham plays poorly in that system.
I think Stedham plays poorly in that system because he has nobody to help him and he's young.
I can see that too.
But I hope he succeeds because I love Bill Belichick in the system that he runs as far as offensively. I just think that they've outsmarted themselves to this point. Like normally they're real smart with their moves and making real small moves to make them big moves. So unless they have some real big surprises, I think they struggle offensively. I think they're still going to be a good team, a 10-win team. I just don't think they're going to be explosive enough to scare anybody offensively.
If Stedham is your guy, this is a terrible move. I didn't think about that. This is a terrible move because it kills his confidence.
Or if he's a strong-minded person, it makes him better. Because he's a young guy.
He's still who confident? Stedham.
Stedham. If I bring in a Cam Newton on a 1-year deal and that kills your confidence, then your confidence should be killed. To me.
And you've been in it for the longest. You've been in that system. Mm-hmm. You got the leg up.
That's like learning Spanish and you've been speaking goddamn French your whole life.
Or English. You could just say English.
No, I want it to be different. Fuck that.
That's different.
But I like the move. I just don't know if it's the best move for Cam.
Other than that, any other information that we left off or forgot to get to?
BET Awards tonight, y'all watching?
Didn't even know it was tonight. I'm gonna go water my grass.
Yeah,
stand there and look at it. I watch it. It's virtual. I want to see the nuance of it.
I forgot about that shit.
It's virtual, so yeah, it's not in person per se. It's probably like the last. I want to say it was award show or something we watched.
I don't agree with a lot of stuff she says, but I am a Amanda Seales fan.
I haven't watched her too much, so I'm not sure of all.
I've been following her.
I know she talks a lot.
Yeah, she talks a whole bunch a lot. But I mean, Woman Hemi Roy type shit. But I'll check it out. I try to mostly support.
You don't want a woman to roar? What's up with that?
Nah, motherfucker, I be roaring. What's wrong with you?
Hear that? Nah, I ain't got nothing else, but I'm good.
Well, other than that, we'll be back next week like we never left, because like we say every week, we never leave. You dig?
Shout out
make sure y'all be safe. Be safe out there, man.
Big time. Most importantly,
please
wear a mask.
Be safe.
Mask won't hurt you. It can probably only help.
Dummy.
Shout out.